Okay, December 30th, 2025, and it was 10 a.m., like right now. So I've uploaded a lot of different types of things to listen to on my channel. Sometimes you just close your eyes. Some have pictures, keep changing, and then sometimes they don't. So it just depends. And then sometimes I might have something at the end. If you were to look at all the channels, I talk about the other side, metaphysics, this world. If you've stumbled upon this channel, then it's a miracle. And you don't know me. So you stumbled upon this channel, you listened, but then you went to the channel and then you looked at other things on the channel about synchronicities. Maybe you saw Apollo 8, the very first video I uploaded. See, the ego is a big factor, and I'll say it probably every time, but you're already spiritual. You cannot get any more spiritual. And the ego gets a charge off of that. See, we want to know how it is to feel. That's why we take these bodies. So, and that's one part. The other part is you're a creator. And I wanted to mention a little bit about that because you don't hear a lot of people talk about that. My channeling is very different. I'm not going to be, if I post anything, it'll be from previous channelings that I just haven't gotten to. And I'll take a little excerpt out. So if, there'll just be little excerpts possibly, but this pretty much wraps it up, and maybe a song or two after this one, and then maybe those excerpts, and there's a lot of things that I never have notes, so I get sidetracked, but everything I do is sort of, you could say sort of, channeling, but it's not your typical channeling. I don't let another soul enter me. It's just a higher self connection, and it's a knowing. On the, like metaphysics, the blueprint, on the other side, the veil to this side. So I'm channeling from being human DNA, our creation, like on why and what happens, we pass away, So my channel sort of addresses those issues of the miracles of the ones. I just wanted to document it because it's unbelievable. I had the 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds paused when I watched that movie, Oppenheimer. I didn't take a picture of that. I was just like, whoa, I paused it. And that happened before the other time that I mentioned, with the 1 hour and 11 minutes and 11 seconds. And I talk about that, the synchronicities. Every second is precious, time jumping. You're in the moment. You're being so present because everything can be gone in an instant. So you're most present. That's time jumping. You've jumped back from your future. That you looked at your life, déjà vu. See, you're connected to your higher self when you have déjà vu. There's a lot of things in motion that we're unaware of. See, you want to know what you are not. You are not decay. See, oh, that's good. You're not death. You don't know what it is to die. You take a body. That's why we take all these bodies and we learn and learn and learn and learn this race and this race and this race. You have to be every race on this planet. See, if you're at the last race, then that's it. Someone could say, well, you don't know what it is to be this race. And you would say, yes, that is true. Right now I'm this race. I'm talking about past lives. You could have had 100 of them, 1,000 of them. The way I channel, it's like taking the real stuff, like, oh, you're full of crap. See, a channeler channels a certain kind of positivity or a message, and their voice can even change. It's almost like they're on a schizophrenic breakdown because the frequency is so tuned that it can appear that way. And they're just going to snap, or they're faking the whole thing. You start like, is that real? See, we start questioning reality. Like, oh, they're just doing that to make money. Well, that's everybody. Everybody's doing something. See, we want to judge. We're the judge of ourself. So if that like offends, I don't mean to offend, but like, oh, how do you know, right? Well, the books here say this, and these books over here, and this book. Every book is sacred, okay? You're sacred. Every book is ordained. You're ordained. See? But I don't feel that way. I feel like crap. Oh, that's what it feels like to feel like crap, see? See, we take these bodies for the polarities. I know it's uncomfortable to sit in that like depression, anxiety, PTSD, the mind can spin, downloads can come in, you sense stuff like psychically, intuitiveness. So you have gifts. So it just depends if you want to come around again, But the bottom line is you're an eternal being that lives forever. You take a body for the emotions and feelings. Feelings have drag time, negative polarities, the yin and yang up and down like gravity. You move energy. Your eyes will crystallize with your tears. You move energy, your heart, your eyes. You're moving energy through your eyes. You see, you hear. You're a 5-star being. You have a head, 2 arms, 2 legs. That's 5-star being in the universe. There's many 5-star beings. Many. See, the 11s kept happening, and 11s, and all those miracles I talk about. So if you go through all of my channels, sometimes I'll start to talk about something, like I was baptized at 17, and then I just forgot to finish it, Yes, I know Jesus comes in, and I'm born again, and I'm saved. That's what I was told. So 1 year of intense Christianity in the group. What happened like that? Well, I faded out of the group. Things changed. People come in and out of your lives, And then it was different. And then I found out certain things metaphysically. And then I changed. I realized that a teacher, there's so many teachers. Everybody's a teacher. Your wife's a teacher, or your husband, your significant other. And by the way, you have to be every gender. So you have to be every race and every gender. This is creatorship school. People say, oh, I went to Yale, I went to Harvard, these universities. I went to Earth. See, you're a light being. You're a multifaceted, multidimensional being that can take form in any universe, in any dimension, in the construct. And you come down to the densest. It's like everybody on this planet's a warrior. Everybody on this planet's a creator. What are we creating? See, we create everything here. Automobiles, food, you name it, clothing, music, whatever. Books, ideas, movies, anything. We create. Well, that's what's happening. You create on the other side. See, you are a creator. You can create on the other side. The only way, though, is through your eyes, through your tears, through love. See, if you die a hater and you hate, your higher self would just said, dude, you've been hating. I'm going to send you back again, and we're going to fix that polarity. You're going to fix it. You're going to pick a life that you can make up for it. This is going on. So this is going on. I'm going to change the mood into some bowls here. This is my last channeling, my last one. It's like I want to get it right? I don't have any notes again. I don't walk with notes. I don't walk with books. I have books in the house. I have I don't have every book. Oh, I have every book. I have this book. I have that book. I have this, and you have to know, and you have to, and should. See, you're already spiritual. That's so important. You're an eternal being. You don't know what it is to see. You want to know what you are not. See, I say that again, but you are not decay. You are not death. You don't even know what it is to die. So you eventually, your consciousness has worked its way up. And then you're here on Earth. You might have lived 1,000 lifetimes before, 100. It's like Vegas. You're going to Vegas to win. Oh, you're going to Earth? Oh, okay, go ahead. Here's my light and heart. And when you go to Earth, I know your mind's wiped. See? It's a puzzle. You're a creator. I wish that was taught here more. Like before 9 months, before you come out, before you're created, that this was known. You're an eternal being that lives forever. I know, it's like, save me. Of course, that works, because look at the misery. I'm in the gutter. Please save me. I'm reaching out my hand. Please say, I'll believe in whatever you want. Just, yes, save me. We don't want to take the time to question anything. Like, just follow along, and that's good enough. And I believe that, and it's all nice and tidy, And I just believe what I believe. And then you pass away, and you believe all that, and then you realize, oh, I didn't quite, okay, I'm going to tweak. It's like, I'm analog, and now I want to be digital. See, this is going on. It's self-improvement to ascension level. To create, if you want to graduate Earth, then you dodge the two biggest bullets, religion and politics. Okay, you dodge those two bullets, right? All the judgments around it, just judging and just judging every, right? How we judge it. We send, I wish they would stop hating so I can stop, and then I don't, shields up, right? Turn on the news, shields up, if I can remember it. You can get aggravated so quickly with the news. It's like, oh God, the deception. I mean, this is true, and this, right? And you go through that in your head real fast. You can see it. You have no control, but you're not being duped. You're not being had. See, this is how I channel. It's about unlocking your unlimited knowledge that you already know. But our mind's wiped, see. Well, how do you know? How do I know? Because I've listened to people that have passed away. They die, they come back, they tell a story. Okay, a few. I don't know, many? I don't know, what's the number, 100 people? Okay, 100. Over my life, right? Within a few years. Maybe it's 50. It's not less. See, everybody wants an exact number. See, that's the crazy laugh, because it's so obvious sometimes, but it's not. Everything's backwards. See, we're trying to get more spiritual here. Go to here, do this, climb here, drink that. Don't drink anything. Oh, you're telling us not to do this, don't do this. Just live in the moment right now. You're okay. You're as spiritual as you can get right now. Take a breath. Right? Now walk to the refrigerator. All spiritual. Now watch the TV. All spiritual. You're already spiritual. You can't get any more. What's the purpose? The purpose is feelings, emotions. Because this is creator school. If you know that, and you know your higher self sends you back, and you know about negative and positive, that's the karma, right? That we create, positive, negative. The negatives, we got to balance that out. It's like gravity. It's like light and dark. Without the darkness, there'd be no light. So our negatives have to be balanced. See, I'm channeling between the real life that we live on this earth. We have to, charge the car or put gas in the car. We got to go to the store, leave me alone. I don't want to get hit. Just, I don't want to get robbed, right? Right? Just want peace. Just please leave us all alone. I don't want any harm, right? Well, that's what this planet will be like in 1,000 years. It won't be homelessness. It won't be the desperation for food. There won't be pollution. There'll be free energy that's clean. It's not nuclear. There's no radiation from free energy. That's taken from the 0.1 quantum entanglement field. That's where we integrate from. You can make a phone call. See, I'm starting to speed up. See, that's part of the download. See, that's the river, Mississippi going by. I jump in that and then I'm all over the place. I forget. But everybody can link in that hears this. You, me. See, it's just knowing. Oh, I'm an eternal being that lives forever already. Before I was born, already. See, I was already land, sea, and air. I did all that. I did all of that. I've lived on other planets. I psychically read my wife's mind. I said a doctor's name. We lived on other planets where our minds aren't wiped. We even communicated telepathically. See, we didn't use our mouth. That's right. We were other beings. You come to Earth, you were every being. See, you get stuck. You got to go through the races. Got to be everything. That takes a long time, right? If you realize it, and you see beauty, and you realize it, that you are every race, and gender, you are every gender, and you have no judgment. Forget all the books. They're all ordained. You're ordained. Everything's precious. Yes, we're all protected in glass. Everything in this moment is frozen in beauty. Okay. But the reality is that we have to breathe and live, and we create. See, we create here just create something on the other side. Like, oh, when I pass away, I'd like this to happen. I see this, or I see it. See, I see it. I feel it. It's like, oh, I feel that. Like, you know how you go somewhere and you just feel like whatever, people say I'm lucky or whatever. You just feel a feeling and then it happens or something like that. Your intuitions, your gifts, your connection to your angels and guides, the spirits that orb you. You say angels and guides, and right away someone could say, oh, you use angels and guides. I don't believe in all that. Well, how about energy source? Would that work? Would just source work? Let's not use God. Let's just use source. But source can be God, and God could be source if that's what it. But we use source because it's less hooked in with our hooks. Because every country has a hook in the word God. And their interpretation from the books. See, I'm getting a little wound up. See, I started out calm. Oh, your channel. Oh, take a breath, Daryl. Thank you. Oh, wise. Thank you. Yes, but a little sarcasm there. See, everybody wants to fix somebody. See, that's why, I don't put links, I don't have, send all your email complaints here. This is just for, when I go, here's your crazy uncle. And maybe some people stumble upon this channel, This channel is a key. This is a key. If you were to go through everything on this channel, privately, even if you close your eyes, there could be pictures going on and you miss stuff. Don't worry. Don't worry. If you really decide to go through everything, I'm going to go through everything, start to finish, in order of the upload. And once in a while I uploaded something with the date. So date might be, but this is the last one of the year, that I'm going to make. I'm not going to make anymore, channelings, impressions that come in, there is depression, there is anxiety, there's the flaws of, yes, I'm human. Oh, you think all these people walk on clouds, oh, they're so spiritual, look at them, and look at their attire, they're so, they're really dressed well, and they even look the part, But guess what? This is creatorship school. You feel both polarities, the yin and yang. So you just feel it go through you. Oh, this is what it feels like to be depressed. That's what, it's still going on. That's the long feeling of it. And it can linger, and it's still. And even though I'm sending it off and shooting it off on a train, a shooting star, a dog walking by, a bird, I'm sending, that's thoughts. And I get caught in that. See? Well, why isn't it any better if I have all these 11s? See, we get into the power trips. The power. The Superman. I can do this now. See, that ego one is the greatest. It's the perceptions of consciousness and the ego, the last stand, I call it, the ego's last stand. If you were to go to that in my channel, you will totally understand. I'll say things in my first video that I've uploaded right after Apollo 8, that, surf along those edges. And I'm like, wow, I'm all over the place. And I hear that. And I shouldn't post that because it's all over the place. See, that's my channeling. Some people like channeling all in order. See, I have PTSD for all those years, 20. I already talked about 17 years was, spinning and shattered. I would see people. I'm not going to advertise. See, everybody wants to advertise everything. Oh, I have PTSD. Look out. Yeah, you'll see it triggered. I don't have to tell you. Sometimes it does come out. I can get really, agitated. Oh, you're not in control of your emotions. Shouldn't you be, since you're already as spiritual as you say? See, this is the judgments and the default fight or flight. Go back to what you know. We can only believe so much. Don't crack my paradigm. I'm in a paradox already. Don't crack my paradigm. It's like a pyramid. It's 5,000 years. I can take a lot of hits. Meteors can come out and I still stand. I'm still there. It takes a lot to knock me off my pyramid. I have those corners, the reinforcements of my paradigm, my beliefs. I'm talking about my beliefs. Can I even change it a little bit? Just a little. Just a 1-degree course correction. You know. I'm already spiritual. I'm good enough. Oh, but this failed, or I didn't do that well. It doesn't matter. You realize, oh, I'm seeing it. See, that's the polarities. It's okay. I failed there. I said I failed there. I used that word. Okay, I'm saying I'm failing there. That's what it feels like to fail there. Oh, okay. That was a failure over there. That's fine. That's what that feels like. See, you're going through these feelings, but see, we want to fix everything. We never want to feel failure. Of course not, right? We want success, success, success. You know, it's like, let me just show you all the smiles, all my pictures. I'll upload somewhere on some media platform and show you every smile possible. But I won't show you my dark side. I won't show you those dark thoughts, see? Because those are subconscious. We don't want to go down there too much and swim around the barnacles. You know, I have a couple ones that I talked about that are in the past. I might take a little excerpt out, I don't know. But I'll have the date, so it'll be before 12/30/25. You know, December 30th, 2025, today. My last channeling. It's my last one. It's my last one. You know, I might have a few pictures, I don't know. You know, I should have if I don't do pictures, I'll just have a dark background. So if you have to look at the TV, it's not going to be like this bright light. I screwed up on one of my uploads. See, the perfectionism comes out like, well, I forgot what it was called, but it was a channeling from a woman's voice. So, and I just have like audio only. You know, so if it's on your phone, it's not bad. You just, you know, you just put your phone down, you listen. But if you're watching like YouTube on TV, it's this bright light, you know, audio only. Yeah. So it's like, oh, I should redo that. Let's see. No, I'm just going to leave it. What? Only one person might, or one or two, you know, family members might even get to that. You know. Yeah. But I don't know. If my uncle left me like a YouTube channel that I didn't know about, that he channeled from the other side? Like, what? You know, yeah, it's like, oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. That sounds kind of like Daryl a little bit. Maybe my uncle. My uncle might do that. And I've seen a few things, you know, a few 1111s. You know, I let a few out, you know, little hints. So, like if one day I go, then you can listen to this all back and you can say, wow, that's really out there. That's not what I was brought up to believe in. You know, it's okay. I'm not asking you to change any of your belief systems. See, it's just about shining a light. See, if I was in a religion, I would just shine a light. So I don't want to judge anybody. Oh, but then, you know, I can't marry over here, or I can't do that. You know, it's like, I don't want to judge, see. There's no judgment on the other side, but we have a lot of rules and judgments on this side because it's written, and you know, and we can't go against the herd, and you know, we're trying to change it, and some do it here, part of the herd, and you know, and we get into all these. You have to be every race. Don't forget. You have to be every religion. You have to be every animal. You have to be land, sea, and air. So you're already that. You're already all those already. All that vibrations and frequencies. You're already that. You're the greatest light being that walks, a creator. You're in school. Yeah, like you're going to Harvard. Hello. You're in Earth. Well, this is, yeah, wars are happening. They call that hell. You know, like when a bomb comes down, you get blown up your body, you know, an arm, and, you know, right? Or people come in and they kill people. They just slaughter 1,000 or drop a bomb or whatever, right? Right? That's going on this planet Earth. Other beings look, they'll say, look at these morons, right? You know, the judgments. Even on, I mean, yeah, sure, you could look back and say, yeah, I could see someone saying that out there. Look at these morons. They're killing each other. You know, it's almost unheard of on planet. Like, yeah, you just don't do that. But see, they're on singular race planets. It's a little easier. See, we're the you know, the creation of the, you know, of the ascension level that they want. You know, I mean, if you want to talk real slang, like on this side, you can say, yeah, we're being used, man. Yeah, they're recycling around here. Our bodies and our souls are being pumped in and out for this yin and yang effect. So we can finally get to an ascension level, which means you're a creator. You can create. That means you can spin universes out of your hands. Suns, galaxies, realms. You can just do a realm. You can invite me to your realm. I'll invite you to mine. It's beautiful. Everything's created through your eyes that crystallize. So you want to know all that, everything I babble on this whole channel? If you want to remember one thing, or two, or three, or four, okay, I'll give you one or two or three or four. Your eyes, when they cry, that's currency. Currency, okay, that's your currency. That's like money in your pocket. I'm trying to equate the other side to this side a little bit. Okay, something you can understand. That's currency. See, all those feelings that you die, if you're just a hater and you never loved really, and you judged other races, or you didn't have compassion and empathy like that, and you just judged, and you didn't even open your mind a little, let's just say, you were so tight, let's just say, and you die, and then you have to, right, and you pay that back, and it's like, you continue it, see? But if you realize that, oh, I do that. Oh, I did it again. See, we want to be perfect. See, that's where they get you. That's where the religion gets you. You're in a trap. You're an eternal being that lives forever. You're taking that body to learn emotions and feelings. You're mastering them. Feelings have drag time. They lag. You can forgive someone in a year, in 2 seconds. And maybe it's 17 years. Maybe it's never. You hold a grudge. See, it's about forgiveness in your eyes. That's 2. Your eyes crystallize. Forgiveness is next. Your heart, 3. It's your heart. Through your eyes, and you forgive. Just forgive. Forgive my actions. I look back at my past. I said, you look back, and when you're younger, like, oh, somebody said you did this when you were 4 years old, or you remember, maybe you did that, but you don't really remember it. And then it floats in. You say, wow, So when something floats up from your subconscious, it's like you just want it to float away, but no, look at it. Say, yeah, okay, I did that. So I know, yeah, that's being human. So you forgive it. You forgive yourself, and then you can forgive other people. You jump in their body, please forgive me for anything I do, anything I did intentionally or unintentionally that caused you harm or pain. Please forgive me, and vice versa. I forgive you for anything that you have done that caused me or my family harm or pain. That's the tough one, see. That's a tough one, Like how, it depends how much it is, what it is. It depends, right? We start evaluating and we start weighing it. Like, how much forgiveness should I give? Is there a string attached still? That's a good one. When you give or when you are forgiving, is there strings? Now, are we webbed? See, our hearts are so webbed with AI, and ready just to condemn. Say, oh, I left that religion, now I condemn it because it's throwing people off and it's blinding them. And I thought it was opening my eyes. See, I don't condemn it. I'm glad, fine, I was in the ocean. See, I could have turned around and said, oh, you weren't baptized in the ocean, see. Oh, you were just as a baby, you didn't even make a choice. Your parents just, anointed you and the priest and I don't want to sound like I'm mocking it, but that's what happened. And then you were baptized. Okay, you were baptized in that religion, in the honor of protection, which is sacred. See, we run away, we go hysterical now. But see, now I come along and say, you know what? If you have enough people say, I interpret this as an adult that you should make the choice and you should really be in the ocean or a river, we have, or when it's raining a certain way. See, we have these ideas, and it worked. That's why you have all these channelers. That's why you have all these people reporting near-death experience. They come back and they're different stories, but similar. They leave their body. That's similar. I can guarantee that. That's all similar. Everybody dies, leaves their body. Near death or death. So near death, you died for a few minutes, or 10 seconds, whatever, right? And you come back. And then you report, oh my God, it was horrible. Or, oh my God, it was great, right? See, our mind is still attached to what we believe. That's our conditioning. Until our condition changes, or someone just tells you. See, what you're hearing is unlocking keys. If you go back on videos, you'll be like, whoa, look at that timing, that music. I couldn't create all that. You know, I couldn't, like, if you said, here, do all this, you know, no way. That's pressure. See, I don't even know if I'll put this on. I'm already at 30 minutes. But this will be the last one I would do if I do the channeling. I will take little excerpts. I meant, you know, see, I'm repeating myself. I do that. So a little excerpt, the date. So it'll be before this date. Oh, he said he would never post another one, you know. Oh, well, it'll be before. I'll take something else. Oh, yeah, that's a good little link, you know, from the other side. I'll just put that in. You know, 2 minutes. Now, that sounds good. You know, I'll evaluate myself and decide, okay, I'll just pull that piece out of that babble. Just like I could pull little pieces out here, but I'm just going to leave it all. I'm not going to edit. You know. I'm just having some bowl sounds in the background a little bit. A little bit. I don't know if you can hear them. Maybe I'll turn it up a little bit. Let's see. I'll take a breath, a little drink of water. See, stress, being human. See, oh, but I'm so spiritual. What happened? What happened? Just now, right? What happened? Did you get off track? So when I get off track, it's like, it's okay. See, I'm trying to bring some humanity in, being human. See, we have this perfectionism. I gotta post this all the time. And, you know, we post our sad, you know, we do. We do post sad stuff, you know. And mainly we want to post the good stuff. Why would we post all sad pictures, right? We just want to post the smiles, you know. But life in reality, can we perpetuate, you know, if I could just do that and stay that way forever, please sign me up right now. If I could just feel the positive polarity, like until I go, you know, right? Just want to feel that positive flow. That's why I made all those channels. Like, so if I got depressed, oh, okay, maybe I'll just listen to, you know, Park Bench, right? You know, the other side is interesting with being a creator, like kind of knowing that, like, oh, so my mind isn't quite as wiped. So you could say you take authority over it, right? They like to use that. I like to take authority, I command it, right? These words, see, you could just think it like forgiveness to people. And you can say it with your mouth, but you could also just think it. Like, oh, isn't one time good enough for the other side? You know? I mean, I'm going to take you on a movie. See, the whole channel is a movie. It's a complete movie of life, of perception. I mean, you go to movies and you see all kinds of violence, stupidity, you know, just on the shows that we watch, the acting, you know. Once you realize you're playing a character, I mean, actors are playing you know, we're acting as actors in this life. And we watch actors. We like reality TV, and we like to see other people in reality, you know. It's almost comical that because we think we're trying to be spiritual, we're already spiritual. Okay, now watch TV. Now watch the news. Already maxed out, you know. You've been to every church, every synagogue, every mosque, every, you know, everything, you know, Catholic, Budapest, you know, Protestant, whatever, you know, all the, you know, whatever it is, whatever books, you're everything. You know, remember the source is everything. Your eyes is the currency. That's so important, your eyes. That's weird how the music changed. I didn't even plan that one. Synchronicities are always happening. Like, oh, there's another one. Yeah, thank you. Yes, prayer, okay. See, you think if I mock something, it's a judgment if you did it. Oh, but it sounded like you were, your voice, I heard it, there was sarcasm, I caught it. You did, and you didn't correct yourself right there. Like, I know, sometimes I'll go into that. You know, forgive me, see. See, everything's a test. See, I'm challenging you mentally. See, if you go through this whole channel, oh, are you brainwashing me? Oh, you'll come out and you'll be a cult member now, you know. And we'll be in Sedona, Arizona. And we'll all meet there. And we'll conquer the earth. You know. This is about yourself, saving yourself. Oh, we can save ourselves? Yeah, you know how you say it? It's just knowing the truth. You're an eternal being that lives forever. That should be branded in there, like right on the forehead. You're an eternal being that lives forever. You were that way before you took this body. You're already living. Your consciousness. You evolved. Expansion. We like that. People use Big Bang and all these things, because we're expanding. So you would just say we want to ascend higher. Like all these beings, they're so fancy in their technology, right? All the healing, the food producers, the energy, all of that exists. You can't disrupt all this the way it is, people's jobs and, making money, and you're going to disrupt all that? So you're not going to disrupt all that. So we live our lives, we work, we go, hopefully we could buy groceries and take care of, family and survive the day, right? And we pray and we do these things and we don't question too much because we don't want to, rock our minds, and life's hard enough, So it's hard to frequencies, some can shut you down and say, well, see, every channeler, like every teacher will say something that will like no way. Why would they say that? It's there for a reason. This is the hardest school. See, it just defaults that way out of everybody. You think everybody is so, like, every teacher doesn't make a mistake. Like, they never have a bad day and they're so spiritual. No, you're already spiritual. See, just know that, and you're just knowing what it's like to be human, because this is the school that you create with feelings and thoughts. See, in the physical realm that we live, there's advanced beings that fly around, right? 40,000 light years. I think on one thing I said 40 years, but it's 40,000 light years in 5 seconds in a frequency. It's so advanced. Some of the crafts are conscious, and the DNA can, like with the tools in 10 feet, they don't work, but within the 10 feet of the craft, the tool works, the tools. And the craft has a consciousness, and it's made from the DNA of the pilots of the craft. It's fascinating. So you could get lost on that. I said, well, that's not true. There's no other beings, and we're it. The earth was created in 6 days, and and there was rest on the 7th. I don't want to mock it. We have to start the story somewhere, right? And people love, and we get hysterical. Don't touch it. Don't change anything. Don't even mock it. You start getting. I was raised in, the rib. What if you said something like we were genetically altered 60 times? What if I said that you were an experiment for a higher ascension from other beings? Other beings' DNA are in us from the other dimensions and other beings that live in the Milky Way. They're invested in us as well for a higher ascension, because their carnation cycle is a single cycle on their planet. That's why when people come to, you're going to go to Earth, you have a chance, right? You slip in. Like there's a rush to go to hell. Oh, you're going to Earth. Yeah, because, people like to make it, right? They want to make it, right? That's all it is. We want to be a creator. Yeah, every being in the galaxy will raise their hand. Oh, but you're so advanced. You can go, all in your crafts a lot. Yeah, they want to go higher and higher and higher, and that's the way it works. Hello? You got to go forward to backwards. Everything's backwards. You heard that, right? You're a light being that lives forever. You're a multifaceted multi-being in a multi-universe. You could go through any construct, and you come to Earth because you want to be a creator. Yeah, galaxies, suns. You could compress 2 suns in your hand. You could create a realm of everything you've experienced of love through your eyes. That's the currency. When you're on the other side, that's the currency. You take the remorse and the regret as your pain. That's the pain. You take the love. You take all that love. But you take the remorse and regret. It's the pain, maybe the hate. So you got, I wish I didn't hate that like that, right? You take that, and your higher self wants to fix that, cleanse you a little bit. You'll go through a healing temple. You'll be. It's like civil on the other side. It's civil. You think this rage, you did, no, it's a civil exchange, and you order people, and then you go back and you do it again. See, if you figure it out, you can write that for the other side. You can write a realm for the other side that helps this side as well. Once I go on the other side, I start helping this side, and I stay on that side. You design it that way. That's physics. You create it. You're a creator. You realize you're every race, every gender. You move energy, feelings, emotions. You don't know what it was like to die. You take bodies, now you die, you're conscious, you live on. That's like your animal looking up, maybe somebody passed away and the animals, it looks up, it's still alive, and you see your animal looking up. That's the spirit of that person that took care of the animal, perhaps. Or it was in the family, perhaps. The animals can see that. See, they can see through that dimension. See, we're in the densest dimension with our eyes. We cannot see. See, if you were to make a light switch and just turn on all the dimensions, like all the crafts, it would light up the sky. This planet is popular. They watch us. They watch you. Your guardian angels, the energy sources, the beings around you, they see everything you do. Everything. Everything. I have to be so perfect to go to heaven. See, we start thinking like this. I got to be so good. It's about recognizing it, and what you see and what you reflect is the mirrors. See, it's the judgment. When you realize you reflect out, that's what every great teacher that lived is trying to say. That's what every teacher has said. And my ear hit. See, we're a 5-star being. My ears are 2 ears. I got 1 mouth, 2 eyes. That's 4 against 1 in the 5-star. See, people who know 5-star will get that. I mentioned that what it is already, twice. We have to know everything. We have to dissect. Buy book 1, buy book 2, buy book 3. This happened. I could walk. I could show you the way. You cry with your eyes from your heart, and you send out love around the earth. You found your way. You found it. Just one time you did it. One time. You see 1:11. You see 1:11:11. One time. Like just once. You're awake. You're awake. You're awake. You're awake. Oh, but if I just keep seeing them and more synchronicities, see, then you get caught, and then the ego steps in. That's why the ego's last stance is really good. His voice is good. He'll guide you. He'll take care of that last hurdle. See, in the quietness of being spiritual already. Like you're in an empty room by yourself. Oh, I'm in an empty room and I'm a being that lives forever. So you just say that to yourself, and it's like, yeah, that makes sense now. That makes sense. See. Ooh, you just would crystallize. Your eyes crystallize with tears. See, that's what happens. There's crystallization going on. DNA is being recoded. It's resequenced in you from the sun. Our sun is supercharged. The photons are charged. Highly charged. You take the sun 50 years ago. I was alive, and it was a little more yellow. It was a little more oranges like that. It wasn't bright white like that. It just didn't have that beam in there. I mean, sure, you would look and you would see that, someone could say, oh, I have a picture right here from 1970. You're a liar, Daryl. The sun, see what our minds will do. Oh, you're trying to convince me something of the picture that I see. Okay, go look at the little smokestack on the moon. Okay, we didn't land yet. Apollo 8, right? Apollo 11, right, is after 8. Okay, so 8 surveyed the moon. And the little smokestack. And yet we're waiting for a radio signal for someone to say, oh, yes, we're communicating through your dish, your radio dish. And we're saying hello from the other side of the universe. And this is what we've been brought up in. There's so many deceptions going on. See, all these things that people know report back like it's this way, it was good, it was bad, yin and yang. It's all true because their mind latched on. They believe it so much with the movies they've seen. I mean, we're in the Matrix. Yes, there's truth, and a little truth in every movie. Concepts could be true. Maybe it's off a little bit. Like there's not rockets, like flames coming out in space. It's anti-gravity, stuff like that. Like in the movies. But there is a craft going by. It just doesn't have, flames. It's anti-gravity. So the movie's sort of accurate. You just take away the flames. That's okay, that makes more sense. It's just like that. Oh, but you believe in anti-gravity and free energy and machines that can heal you instantly, suck the toxins out of your body. Can you imagine carrying around like your phone that can just heal you? Like just send out a pulse through your whole body. It reads your whole body and it says, yeah, your cells here, there's a cancer cell developing here. It can, there's technology that can focus in, government secret, we already have that. That can focus in on all your cells and reverse any cancer cell in your body. See, what are they going to do? Pay you for 900 years 400 years, keep, you're healing and you never age. You reverse that. You go back to 20, 22, maybe 29. Hell, we could take 39, right? Yeah, if you're older, you'd always take younger. Yeah, if you're real old, you could, you're just going back like, oh, I wish I was 50. So you could do that. You could wish that you were 50. Being in your 25, right? Oh, 50, yeah. See, everything's reversed. Remember that. If you figure it out now at 25, you're almost golden. Almost. Oh, you're almost there. Just reach for it. Oh, I could become more spiritual, and then I get it. Finally, I made it, and I'm saved. See, that's the ingrained DNA. That's the hardest one to break. That's the sides of the paradigm. Those are buckled with reinforcements. They shake and they vibrate. It's hard to crack them, but you just need one crack of light. One crack, anywhere. Anywhere in this channel could wake you up like that. And you'll just awake. And you'll realize that, yeah, I'm not going to be duped. Someone communicated that through Daryl so I could hear it from the other side that says, I'm an eternal being that lives forever. Yeah, you were never born and you never die. You never will die. Yeah, people talk about soul traps like that. Yeah, I could see why. Because your karma, we keep sending ourselves back, so they call it like a soul trap, or they call it a karmic cycle. And when karmic events are like you kill yourself, things like that, you try to get back in your body desperately, like don't do it. I know, it's like, oh, the pain and the misery every day, right? The negativities, Let me just feel like the positive side of life. You turn on the news, it could be pretty depressing, the survival, affects all of us, everything, us, see, us and them, us as a planet. This is the hardest school, Earth. You're in the hardest school ever. Like I leave keys around, right? I know I created a realm. The Milky Way is aware of it. The universe is aware. The construct is aware of it. I felt a shift in my body. I sensed it when it was finished, the creation. The realm. I talk about me, my friend. He already passed away. He's on the other side. It's a realm we created. And it also, it's a starlight that will be created as a result of that realm. See? This is a result of knowing that you create. See, please invite me to your creation because I'm inviting you to mine. I would love to go to yours. So you go to mine, you see it. And when you go through it, see, you work a deal, a contract. Let's talk a deal. We like deals, right? You work a contract with a being that has to come back. They're sending themselves back, okay? It's no mystery. Their higher self sent them back. You're going to work with them. And maybe they had to go back. Maybe they know that there's so much karma they have to pay back. They just can't pay it all back in one lifetime. So you work with that being. And for two reasons. You interacted with that being in some level, and you created karma with them. So instead of you coming back, you're helping them. You're staying in the realm, out of the physical pain, in bliss, so to speak, and you're helping the karmic cycle through that being. And that being will be born with crystallized eyes. See, that'll be their last round to go to. These are metaphysics in place. These are spiritual laws that are created. They're already created. Oh, did you create them? You claiming? See, you're a creator. You are. Stop it. Just stop that. You're a creator. People make movies. You go pay a movie. Why can't I finish my movie? Why? Am I going to brainwash you? Are you that scared? You go to movies, it's more scary to walk out of a violent movie and not even think about it. That's pretty scary to be that detached from the heart. Like, yeah, they deserved it. They bled all over. We don't even think, maybe they didn't show that scene, thank goodness. So now they really can show everything, blood everywhere, right? And movies, right? 100 people die in an hour. And then we walk out, and yet I can't talk. I can't challenge the mind. Especially if I'm passed away, give me a break. Like if you heard me like later, I shouldn't say that I'm still alive right now in this date, but you don't know. You don't know. Like you hear of all ages, 1 through 8, even not even born, 6 months, 1 month, they came out, they were alive a week, or they lived to 99 or 120. But somewhere in there, that's our mileage. That's where, thank you, ETs, for capping us. genetically altering us so we don't, we're not like in this physical decay state of desperation in this, without the medical technology that heals us like Atlantis had. I'm not going to talk about Atlantis and, Anunnaki and other types of, there's, Palladian system and, Zeta, you could go to all these things and the Nordics and, all these races that you see like on movies and science fiction. Just, imagine, there's this and this, just like we have here, the races and languages, except they're on individual planets. There's a planet insectoid. I think I had a few pictures of that. Like, wow, like, where'd you get that? How do you know that the government drills down and makes these tunnels with lasers? And how do you know submarines are painted with this, alien technology, $250 million, right? Because you hear whistleblowers, you take the time. But nobody has time like that because you're just, you're going to work, you're taking care of stuff, you're physically exhausted, you only have a certain amount of time, so you watch a certain amount of shows. Of social media that you are plugged into. We're in a river of programming. Once we wake up, oh, I did that, see. You could be a broken android. Oh, I did that. Oh, I did that. Oh, I did that. See, once you remember that, oh, I'm human though. That's what it feels like. See, so remember the feel. It's not just, oh, I did that, but it's the feeling, what it feels like. Like that's depression, that's anger, that's rage. Oh, this is love. That's joy. That's empathy. That's compassion. That's understanding. That's loving. That's beautiful. That's what we create from our eyes. It always comes back to that. The four things. Your eternal being that lives forever. The currency is your teardrops, your heart. The fourth, your creator. Because you're moving energy. You realize it on this side. You take your hand, right? Hold one hand palm up, the other palm down. You can do certain things like that. You can hold both palms out. You can hold both palms in. You could switch them around. Pay attention to your own body. You're the teacher of yourself. You're the teacher of how you're going to move your arms and your hands and what you feel. Just move your hands. You don't need anybody to show you. You can be sitting in a chair, laying in bed. You could be in any position. You could be walking. Maybe I'll just look and have a perception of depth now and realize that I'm an eternal being and light flies out of my eyes. Like that. Watch 3 magic words. You're a beautiful person. That's 3 magic words. Like that. That's beautiful magic words. Know that you're loved. Your guides, your guardians are with you from the time you're born. Sometimes they'll switch out. Oh, I got a better role here. I got one coming in here. I got a heavy hitter in here. He's going to pinch hit for me. Like he's been through, or she's been through. See, he and she, we get that, like, we sort that out, the dualities. Don't forget that. You have to be every gender, every race, land, sea, and air, every animal. Yes, you were rocks, you were lava, you were heat. You were all those things. All those things. You could create a realm that you can lay on lava and your hair won't even be singed. And you've heard that through movies. And right away you're going to say, oh, the God complex, here it goes. Here it goes. You're an eternal being that lives forever. You're only here for 120 years, right? And you're probably not going to make 120. I mean, 120, I'm really giving you the outside parameter here. 100, like, wow, you made it to 95, pretty good, Oh, you made it to your 80s. Like, oh, you were 86, that's pretty good. And you weren't 86'd out, you were just 86th. It's like the Greys, they call us the containers of our soul. They just use the word container, It's so weird. Like we're a test tube, Yeah, the containers. Yeah. How many containers did you look at today? 10. Oh, that's us. I know the ego, so you can't stand it. The books here. I'm ordained. I will never believe. They're imps. They're the devil. People that say that, those are the hardest paradigms to break. It's that I just want to shine a light back. See, they'll say a lot of good and truth, and that's why truth and good happen. Just like everywhere, people will buy somebody's book. There's good and truth in there. Every book's ordained. Every book, yes, that book too. Yeah. It can also lock you down. That book too, yeah. Both polarities, both. See, we get hung up on one. I'm right, you're wrong. I'm right. Here's the forgiveness when I feel like it, and here's the percent. Here's the percentage I'm going to give you, of forgiveness today. Oh, I forgave that person, but then it came up again. Yeah, we're human. Oh, I still had some residuals. They're interesting. It still grips me. Interesting. See, we could sort of use that word with ourselves. Interesting. In other words, we step back, we feel it. See, that's the hardest technique. I'm doing this really for myself, for my PTSD. See, when you have suicidal ideations, that's why I put the pain of life. It's a little soap opera there. That's where those songs come from, by the way. Uplifting songs. That comes from that soap opera right there. The pain of life, the actresses and actors, that play the role of the lady who has a son, and she feels badly. She's not a good mother. She wants to end it, So, warning, that kind of thing. So I have some good things on the channel that help with PTSD, and, I could bring a tear to your eye. See, if you have tears in your eye at any time, you have light. Light flies out. Light. It's that simple. And it just create what you want. Say, oh, I know the way this earth is, and you know what? I see the earth this way then. If you just want to be on the earth, creating like the new earth, like the way you see it, then please do so. Then do that. If you want to create something that, see, the creation that I did, I don't mind telling you the end result, because it's a fact. It's a physical law now. Yeah, physical law. That's right. It's a physical spiritual law. It's like gravity. It's like the veil. It's that. It's your creation. It's the starlight that's created that crystallizes the baby's eyes when they're born. It's their last round. Their eyes are crystallized. In other words, they're not going to break a car window. They just won't do it. They won't. They'll have that knowing. Like the sun comes up, I feel warm, Like if the sun hits me, I'll feel the, warmth of the sun. It'll be like that. It'll just be a peaceful feeling. See? It's always about the feelings, no matter what it is. I know, oh, I don't want to feel that, or I did that. Yeah, oh boy. And if it's a bad one, and let's face it, this planet, people do bad things, and we hear that like, wow, oh God, they did this, and you can only imagine, like if we're everything, that means we're everything. That means your light reflects out. That's the mirror analogy. You capture the sunlight in the mirror, and you're in the mirror, and you reflect that out. Just reflect that out through your heart, through your body. And then if you have tears in your eyes when that's going on, when you're reflecting that light, your eyes and the tears in your eyes, you just see the truth of love. That's when you're time jumping right there. See, think of someone you love that's going to come home today, or that you will see next, wherever it is. If you live alone or not, or whoever you're going to interact with next, you are in that mode of, look at their little giggle, or look at the way they do things. Look at that. That's special. That's precious. See, you're out of yourself, right? Shields are down. You're empathetic. They have their quirks that irritate you, right? But you're not that way. You've time jumped. Your eyes are crystallized. You just see love. See, it's unconditional love on the other side. That's how you know what the other side is like. That's a key. That's a key. That's how you know. By the teardrops. That's your currency. See, that's the experience. Feelings, like on the other side, all that stuff is currency. Currency. Oh, you forgave here. Wow. That's currency. That's currency. See, we can understand that as human beings. Oh, yeah, currency. Yeah, money, right? That's what I'm talking about for the other side. I know it's not as hysterical like that. I'm just trying to wake you up a little. Because we attach ourselves to money. You know, well, yeah, without it, sure. You know, oh, it's easy for you to sit back, you know, and just sit back and, you know, channel and, and you know, right? And here I'm humping my butt, you know, just trying to make ends meet, you know, right? No, I know what that's like. I see people under the freeway, you know. I see people come up to me, you know, and in the past I've like, oh no, you know, I don't want to be bothered, right? You know, I just look away, right? Walk different direction. You know, you just see it. You just know it's coming, right? And you just don't want to deal with it. You know, oh, I did that. I ignored a fellow being, you know. I mean, so we're always judging, you know, oh, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to, you know, get infected or something, right? You know, you know, anything, you know, I don't want to be spit on. I don't want to, you know, I just want to avoid any, you know, because there are people that take advantage, see? And this is see, so I leave these to the angels around me. Give them all the authority, all the permission slips, you know, all the positive energies, all the protections, all the shields of light for the family. Every family member has it. And we all equally share it in this 5-star being that we live, you know. You know, we like to use a lot of words, and Yahshua, we were all Yahshua 2,000 years ago. That's Jesus. But they changed the name to Jesus from Yahshua. Yahshua walked the earth. That's what Jesus was called. So if Jesus came back, he would say, no, you got my name wrong. It was Yahshua. It's Yahshua. See, everything is kept to, the Vatican has kept stuff, you know, and it's disturbing, frankly, how everything's twisted. Oh, we got to keep that chapter out. It talked about ETs, you know. We can't have that in there, you know. I mean, there's a lot of deceptions and, you know, and the worship gene. And, you know, if someone attacked me and Jesus was next to me and Gandhi and Buddha and everybody else, Allah, Muhammad, and they were all there, and I just blocked. And I said that, good block, Daryl. I blocked it. Or I rolled out of the way. I got out of the way. I survived. Good roll, Daryl. You got out of the way. You know, they would cheer that. I mean, see, we think everything's so like they're just going to wave their hand. And, you know, see, this is the other side, what you could create. Yes, you could do that. Yeah. You could create the exact, a rose like always smelling like a rose at its peak, like, you know, like it's not wilted yet, and it's not, you know, it just grew into that perfect fragrance from the water, the air, the soil, right? And then the rose came, and then the fragrance came. And then that fragrance, that peak fragrance, see, it's that peak fragrance. See, that's what you can create on the other side. So I've given you some blueprints. Some. Just some. There's just so many things to remember. The ego, though, that's the one to really end with, you know. If you go through my channel, the ego's last stance, that's a good one. And also that the perception of the consciousness, and the park bench, and the synchronicities, you know. And listen to the rain. Although that might be a little bright, okay, warning, you know, that's going to be audio, but that's 50 minutes. And just things that I've mentioned, you know, that, oh, I wish I completed that thought more. It's so funny. There's nothing you need to do. Let the universe pass through you. See, it's okay. See, our perfectionism can get the best of us. See, we want to be perfect, the best, you know, jump the best, have the best score, you know, be the best competitor, be the best, you know, beat the other guy, you know, be better than them. You know, see, we have that drummed in our head, you know, sell and buy, you know, and, you know, and we won't get into the medical and everything else and the political things. I told you, dodge those 2 bullets for now. It's just about our soul incarnating and what we create. Let's reflect that light. So I'm saying this to myself. Like when I get angry, then I can, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, put me back on that side. Thanks. You know, maybe it worked. Maybe it didn't. You know, we can play with our mind a little. You know, I'm in the eye of the hurricane. Little tricks, you know. Oh, how about that? Now that's special. Interesting. See, those are phrases to use like, oh, you know, interesting, right? You would reflex that way like your knee. got, at your doctor, they hit your knee and your knee pops out as a reflex, see? So when stuff happens, oh, well, I didn't do it perfectly. I lost it and I couldn't stand it. And I got so angry. And I just wrote it and I could care less, right? I wasn't perfect, that comes at all. It's the feeling of it. See, do you want to create your realm with anger? No. So you understand it, like, oh, that's what it is to be angry. See, as long as you just look at it back like that, that's fine. It doesn't matter anymore. Oh, well, I was angry again, but now I can see it better. Maybe. Oh, maybe I didn't. Maybe it was so subconscious I just did it again. I didn't catch it. See, we can start, I do that, but not be conscious of it. So I'm diving down in the subconscious a little bit. But, you surf along there, you shake hands with it, basically. You shake hands a little, subconscious, Say, that's okay. That's okay, I love that. No one would understand that, but that's okay, I love that. And that's good energy. That's light. See, there's no judgment on the other side. Remember that. You send yourself back. See, and it's okay. Yeah. The world is not going the way I want it to go, and it bothers me. That's so true. It bothers me. With the ETs that try to help, and then we get things distorted. I mean, we're being lied to everywhere, which way we go. There's truths and lies woven constantly every which way. They're always shuffling it around. They're like magicians. The real magicians are on the other side. Okay? That's the real ones. This is the dream. Why do you think in this physical realm there's different dimensions, like we call 3D, then to 4, 5D, ninth dimension, right? Up to 12, like that. Beings that can, 5 seconds, 40,000 light years, the craft's alive, and, all this advancement, light beings are just in light, and all these things, right? And so we come back to this physical form, the human body, because we have other DNA within us. We're a mixture. That's why there's other races. We're a special blend. I'm telling you. We're actually looked upon as royalty. I'm letting a little secret out. I rarely say that because the ego is, right away, the ego's all over that. So we have to that's why, listen to the ego, and I'm saying that. Now I'm saying that. Yeah, some beings in the galaxy, in the Milky Way, look at us as like royalty. And then some look at us as morons. So, the wars, the harm, the violence we do to people, robbing them and breaking things, destroying them, destroying lives. Who wants to come here? Who wants to risk that unless you want to be a creator? Come on. You go to Harvard, right? You want the best school, best education. Oh, I'm going to get a great income. I went to the best school in U.S., so-called, right? No, the best school is Earth, see? Because we keep sending ourselves back. See, you want perfectionism? That's where your perfectionism goes. Yeah, talk to your higher self about that right now. Turn your Titanic. See, I'm really channeling it to you. Oh yeah, preach it, Daryl. See, the ego can just slide right in there. So I channel between the veil, both sides. I figure the hands folding together. I'm kind of going in and out. I'll get lost and I'll listen to this back and I'll say, oh yeah, well, you know what? You can go with the point. You can finish the thought. You don't need me. You don't need me anymore to tell you anything. Because see, no one can tell you anything anyway. You're an eternal being that lives forever. Your mind is wiped. This is the greatest joke played on you. When you fall asleep, you leave your body. Your ego stays back. It's not necessary. You leave your body. Your ego's not with you anymore. Even at like going to sleep, it's like you're passing away. You leave your body. Your ego's in your body. Okay? Your memories are all in heaven, in the energy source, in the source, God, right? It's like the iPhone. It's in the cloud. Okay, it's in the cloud. You like that better. Maybe you like the cloud. Energy, light. Let's use that. Source of light for your memory. Every memory you have, every vision is recorded. It's so advanced. It's like our video cameras, like 8K, right? Well, you'll be able to see everything from everybody's eyes that you did. See, once you know that truth, like, oh, you mean I'm acting and I yelled at someone. I remember they cut me off or something in the car, and I rolled down my window and I was yelling at this person in the other vehicle. I mean, they went right over in my lane. They could have hit me. I mean, it's all their fault, right? But I lost it. This is, maybe 5 years ago. I don't like losing it like that. So what did I learn? I learned not to do that. Okay, they didn't hit me, right? Oh, I send them a blessing so they realize it, Maybe they saw it, maybe they didn't. Maybe we'll both park at the same parking spot, and I'll say, oh, by the way, I just let you know if you were aware, maybe I might take that chance. Or I'll just do it mentally. I don't need to chase them down and say, hey, did you, I don't need to roll my window down, So that's what I learned. So when I lose it as a human being, and when I lose it or I have a judgment, I just catch it and say, oh, I did that. I had a judgment. That's okay. That's what a judgment's like. Oh, I did that. I had some hate towards that person, But that's not me. I shine a light. I reflect light and love. See, that's me. That's what I create. Okay, I just separated things. See, made it clear. And if you have tears in your eyes, you'll know. You'll just know that. It's just so wild, the synchronicities. But don't chase them. I say, but don't. See, that's for me. And it's like I'm not. I always say, if I never see another one, it's fine, It's okay. I get it. That's what I get. See, I can get stuff later that I think that I get when I get it, if that makes any sense. Like the ones, right? I go in there, I get it. Like, now you get it? And then now you get it, right? I explained that before. And then, so I hear that, and then I think, like, oh, I get it, right? And I get it. I get it because I'm getting all these thoughts and these, perceptions of my soul, my life on creator school. I don't hear a lot about creatorship school. That came into me. Things come in, just like, great movie producers, things come into them, great ideas, and they make movies. And they're successful for their whole life. And they made all these science fiction movies, Or people that write plays. You go see their play, and it's, anything creative. So you create here, you create there. You're a creator. See that, if you know that now, this is where all the power is. See, that's the greatest trick. The magicians are on the other side, giving you the power on this side to create. It's fantastic. It's it's like we don't even know we're already spiritual. That's how bad it is. See, if you could just know that. See, if you just know that in your crystallized eyes, you'll start to know all this other stuff that I'm talking about. You'll feel it. See, and you won't be duped. You'll be like, yes. Even all these books or this group in here, and of course you don't have to say anything. You go along with what you're doing. You just shine a light, and you just don't say anything that pain and regret, right? When you pass away, the pain and regret, if you just remember that, see. When you interact, when you time jump, see. I talked about that when your eyes and everything, that being comes in the room, you time jump. Look at their giggle. See, I'm going really fast now because I'm in that river of positivity, see, of creation. See, we do this on this world. We create. Oh, we're good. Other beings just watch us. They watch our movies, our plays, our idiocies, our wars, our hurt, our successes, our interactions, our feelings, our stupidities. They watch it all. This is the most, like, why go here? That's okay. I'm fine incarnating over here. This is great. Really. It's not a painful process. I mean, when you want to go you're stepping outside like a comfort zone. See, even if you go to other races and beings and things, and you pick these lives, and you know how you die and things like that, and you pick it, and you wonder why like 100 people go out. I'll finish that thought now. 100 people go out, like in a plane, or 3,000 here, or 10,000. They go up, they sign a contract, all of them. Oh, but one survived here. Yeah, they signed a contract. They weren't supposed to die. And they call it a miracle. If that one person walks away, or 2 or 3 or whatever, right? They're all miracles. These amount died, and these little few walked away. They all knew that was, like, they get on a plane, they board the plane. Like when they were asleep the night before, whenever they slept, whenever they were on the other side, they're like, yeah, I will be seeing you. And they know all that. It's like the secret handshake is going on. The magicians are on the other side, right? So when you're on the other side, you're with the magicians. Let's just call it like that. You can kind of understand it better. So when you're on this side, you're sleeping, you leave your body, and then the magician, right? And then you come back, and the other side, you knew that's it. You're going to die. You're going to leave your body, basically. Oh, yeah, I'm leaving my body. Yeah. And now I'm not going back. I'm going to be staying, see? And then you go back to your body, you live your day, you board the plane, or the train, or the car, or you cross the sidewalk, right? Or you just happen to be there and you got shot. You knew that. You Knew that. You knew that. That's like deja vu. If you ever have deja vu in your life, that's what it is. You looked at your life. You saw it. I know that. See, if our minds weren't wiped, it wouldn't be much of a challenge, would it? That's the see. That's why when you hear other people talk like channelers, and you think, "Wow, yeah, they're right. They're right. They're right. They're right." And then all of a sudden, well, that doesn't really, and then that's not making sense at all. That's definitely off, right? See, that's the trick. Everybody does it. I do it. Everybody does it. They can't help it. We all do it because of the ego. See, that's around the school here. You dodge the bullet of politics and religion. Your eternal being that lives forever. Feel the feelings. They drag, they lag. You forgive your past, your family tree, everything chain letter each way, back and forth. Your own actions in your own life. Just everything that floats up, you just forgive it. Invite people to your creation. See, that's where that came in through. See, now I can work with other beings that I've affected karmatically, negatively. See, I'm going to have to work with them again. But guess what? Their lives were so screwed up that they have to do 10 more lifetimes. But now I can work with them down to 1 because I'm crystallizing their eyes when they're born. And I'm going to be on the other side. I know, you could say that's crazy. You can call it what you will. You could watch a movie here and not even blink an eye about just everything that is going on in that movie that did to you. You're like unaware. And you wake up, you realize I'm playing a character. I'm playing a character. And it's okay. I have love in my heart. See, it's hard to break a paradigm. My channeling is very different than other channelers. If you were to go on YouTube and look under channeling, on some of these shows, you might hear different voices. You might hear another ET coming in. Maybe their voice is a little different. And they're saying things that normally a human being wouldn't talk like, perhaps. And you would believe that. And then they might say something like, oh, it's just, like something that would just be like, oh, they slipped. I saw through it, And see, the ego gets a charge. See, it's like getting more spiritual. Oh, I touched the sand and the water. Oh, I was baptized in the ocean. So therefore you should be baptized in the ocean. So therefore you will be set free because you made the decision as an adult, even though I was 17. I'll make an exception when I throw the word adult in. Am I an adult at 17? Oh, I should have waited till I was 18. Then it'll be more better. I should redo it. You don't have to do anything. Water comes out of the shower. You're baptized. Okay, how about this? The water comes out of your shower. The photons from the sun has energized and unlocked the cells in your body for truth and love. Is that better? Will you accept it that way instead of the religious connections? See, we religiousize everything. Everything. That's what we do. We're good at that. We're really good at that. Don't think that. Wow, you're even in my thinking. I can't even think that. That's a good one. Oh, I had a thought. That's okay. I'm human. See, that's the way we look at those thoughts. Any thought, like a good thought and a bad thought. Good ones go, good ones come. Bad ones go, bad ones come, right? Thoughts, they just come in and out. But we get caught in the thoughts. And when you have PTSD and depression and you practice that because you couldn't help it, and then you lay in it, and it's like you're practicing it. You don't want to, that's what essentially I have to look at. I'm like, you lay in depression, right? I say right like Oh, I thought you were so smiley all the time. Everything's just a bowl of cherries. Well, there's pits. You might bite down and there could be a pit and break your tooth. See, on the other side, there's no teeth to break. They're like glowing. You're glorified, your body, you're psychically imprinting your younger self like that. Oh, but what if I was a child? See, there's always somebody, what if I was a child and I died in that plane and I had a contract? I was a baby, I was only 1 year old. I was 6 months. Yes, a being entered and just wanted to see what it was like for 6 months to see. I know, it's that crazy. There's someone that signs up for that. So when things happen, like, well, I had everything, now my family, we're running for our lives across the border, right? You signed up for that. For empathy and compassion. You're warriors, see. So you run with your eyes of heart and truth and love, not to go take advantage of something. If you're running in to take advantage of something, then those negativities will come upon you. But when you reflect light, see, when you pass away, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. It's the regrets, and the remorse. The remorse is the pain. That's like when you have physical pain here. When our bodies decay, when we know, we're dying. Every day cells die. On the other side, a rose can live. You live forever. So you religiousize everything. You are a creator. Watch 3 magic words. I have the key, something on there, the key. It's called the key. The other side or whatever, I don't know. It's a picture of a key, and then I have a 6-minute whatever to the, the way home. That's the music. So I have 2 minutes of that after the key, the way home. So if you follow it, and then the 3 magic words, I'm leading you into it. See, the key has some quotes. See, if you were to follow everything, you will be free. That will set you free. Those 3 things in order. But you'd have to go find the video, 3 magic words. You'd have to see the key. You'd have to see the way home, the 2 minutes of music. If it is the way home, I think it's the way home. And then the 6 minutes, whatever that is, to the 3 magic words, on the way, or whatever I said. I can't remember. I'm not looking at it. I'm just closing my eyes. I'm channeling what can set you free. See, we forget. What if I get Alzheimer's? See, that's why I left this. Oh, what an ego this guy has. Yeah, this should be done privately. You go out and shine a light. That's it. See, it's real simple. You don't have to be hysterical like this. I took all that. See, I just balanced that. I released it. You don't have to be that. See, it's already said, you understand it. Oh, that's what that's like, to be hysterical. See, now you walk where you walk, with light, with heart, a connection to your higher self. The negativities, the karma, the positivities, the karma. The negative, positive reactions that we create, we want to reflect. Use the mirrors, that reflection, the mountain, the light, the capture in the mirror, you reflect that out. You reflect that out. See, this is all to keep me from getting depressed, even though I can be depressed. See, I could just you could listen to different things. But if I leave this behind, then you can kind of know oh, this is my last one. When I channel, it's peaceful and slow. The download was super fast, so I let it out as it was. Scattered. Not perfect. I'm a human being. I'm channeling imperfectly. Ooh, you're programming me. That's a good one. Subconscious. Yeah. Everything is stuffed in there. You can't stop anything. And people are really good at it. And guilt and shame and your inner child, the inner critic, the perfectionism, the worship gene in us, all these are in play. But when you're in your heart and your eyes and you have tears in your eyes, you free yourself, because when you open your eyes and you hear the truth, and you see light out of your eyes. And you've time jump. So you left all that, and you're just in your heart. You're so present, and you're just in the moment, and you don't expect anything. You're just shining a light. So you're just shining a light. Expectations are an upset waiting to happen, see, but you're not expecting anything right now. See, if you have tears in your eyes, there's no expectation. That's the currency for you here. You carry that around. That's like a book. That's ordained. Your tears are ordained over any book. So I said that with a little force. I had to get through, the paradigms. Yeah, paradigms. That's a good one. Yeah, like mock true. Another one. Another Freudian. You could check out Energy Work for You. This is some of my artwork with some mystical sounds. You are a creator. You know. So I'm just doing energy work on that. Actually, I'm listening to it. It's so funny. So I don't know if you can hear it. Is my phone still recording? Okay. Let's see. Okay, it's still recording. Okay, the time is 11:27. Okay. So 2 of 7 and 9, you can say 911, you know, backwards. See, we could go crazy with numbers. Oh, what does this mean? Right? You know, 10:10, you know, you're a manifester, you know, and then we could start like, you know, joking, and we could, you know, yeah, there's humor on the other side. There's humor on the other side. There's laughter. Yeah. Oh, see, we're in a bad copy. Here, you want an analogy? Like an old fax machine, you know, like printer, instead of laser jet, right? You had the ribbon printer. That's what we're like, a ribbon printer, you know. So when you pass away, it's like, well, shouldn't I just end it now and I can, you know, now I could be free, and, you know, well, no, you're just going to send yourself back and you're going to owe so much. Never take your life. Never, ever, ever. You try to get back in it. It's a karmatic event, and you create that. And you created that, and then you realize, oh God, I got to fix that. See, that's the hardest one to fix when you do that, because at least it hurts other people. See, it hurts other people. Maybe you want to hurt other people. See, that's even worse. That's even worse. Oh God, now, then you did it, and then you hurt back. And then you try to get back in because you realize that a negative effect. It's like, you know, it's... So you know, there's like a spiritual hospital that handles this spirit type that kills themselves, right? Because it's shocking. There's so much damage. You don't even want to think about it, honestly. I don't even like to go there because I see the wounds inflicted. So it's like, no, I don't want to do that. No matter how, you know, that thought would pop in my head, like, oh, I'll just end it all because I can't stand it, you know, or whatever. You know, I just don't know. You know, it would just, no. That is like, I'm not going to do that. That causes so much pain. No, I'm going to hang in there as best I can. I'll just turn it over. You hear about turning it over. Turn your will and your life over to the care of God. Turn your will and life over to the care of the source. You're a spark off the source, okay? You're a creator. Oh, what are you saying? Turn your will over to yourself? That you're a God and all that, and you're claiming, you know, and you communicated with the Son of God, you know, the universe? I mean, see, we could get hysterical. We're so programmed, but yet you'll go to a movie and believe in anything. Time travel, you know, Back to the Future. You'll believe in these things, you know, and some concepts of government cover-ups, you know, time portals, perhaps. You might believe in dimensional shifting. You might not. You might believe in ETs, you might not, or certain ones. You might believe in the Greys, and that's it. You might have certain preconditions. You know, maybe you think they're the devil, and you know, and all these things you could think. You know, if they wanted to take this planet, they would have done it 250,000 years ago. They've been looking over us, trying to stop us from killing that. Like, they'll interfere if we're going to blow the planet up. They do that. Like, you know, when nuclear power plants melt down, and, you know, the rads and things, they'll send in the beams, you know, to decrease the rads. I know they're not going to tell you that, but they would go at a high level forever. It's a catastrophe. Fortunately, they have technology for our stupidity. But I don't want to get sidetracked in all the cover-ups that are going on. It's endless. Just forget all that. It's going on. Just know it. Just know if you shine light out, you change your soul. You changed it. Everywhere you go, no matter what. Oh, that's perfect. The dogs. I don't know if you can hear them, but all the videos that I do, the dogs probably bark at some point. It's so funny. And right now I'm at the point of light. So I must be coming to the end. I'm babbling. This is the end. So it's the last one. I'm at 26 minutes and 16 seconds on my video here. I'm walking on seahorses. So if you made it to see, you might miss something, right? Oh, you missed this. You know, you didn't wait. You didn't finish it. You just missed the final key. You were so close to discovering everything, and then you just fell short. See, that's the lie. You haven't fallen short. If you have a teardrop in your eye, you are there. That's all you need. A teardrop created from yourself. Yourself. Whatever the tear is from is created from your heart. If you know it's from your heart and of love, that's it. That's the ingredient. That's where the realm is created. That's where the universe is spin out of your hands. That's the foundation. But I'm not perfect. How will I get there? I must be forgiven. Yeah, you forgive yourself. You forgive others. We talked about that. See, it's all part of it. It's all interlocked. We're all part of a tapestry. We're all part of a tapestry. See, once we realize that, when people come up to us, it's like, I'm not perfect, right? I say that, right? I'm perfectly imperfect. See, that's what I know. Because I'm in a human body. Oh, that is so funny. I hope that picked up. Really, those dogs are so funny. It's like, oh, will you end it already? Just come on. You're so dramatic. You're like your mother. You have this drama build up. Just want to babble for another 5 minutes. I just want to leave 5 more minutes of babbling. No, this is channeling what I do. It's a different kind. It's a personal kind, see. So you still go about your life, you still do what you do, you still touch what you touch, you still, act the way you act, but you realize, oh, I played a character. So you just start becoming awake of your true nature, that you're an eternal, powerful, multifaceted being, light being, that has lived 1,000 lifetimes. 100 at least. That's probably a very low amount, 100. It's thousands. Different worlds and dimensions, and been over it all. And then what's the worst penalty, right? See, people think this is a prison planet. They'll channel like, yep, you're on a soul trap prison planet. You were part of the 5% that were bad ETs, so your soul, you were just caught in the river and then you ended up here. You know why people say that? Oh, gosh.
Life is more legal than you think. Just ask these parents and business owners. From setting up a will.
Oh, I don't know. See, there was a commercial and I got distracted. I thought I paused. That's so funny. I don't even know what was coming up. I got sidetracked. And there was the whole point. And I can't reverse. So now I have to try to remember this. How funny. Oh, God, it was on the tip of my tongue, too. I was really rolling with it. And I wanted the answer. The answer was coming to me. See, that can happen. See, that's a live malfunction. See, I'm human. Forgive me. So it always comes down to forgive. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what point, what great revelation. See, the revelation that needs to happen, like for me, so I talk about, this is for me, I'm a little selfish here. Because the world is dominated with a negativity of programming. The sides, I talk about that. I don't even want to get into the politics and the religions and, you're right and I'm wrong. That's why I made this channel. I just pull a few people in and, try to leave names. It's just sort of unidentified to unlock a mind. See, if you unlock one mind, that's a miracle. See, you can't change anybody. So you have to want it. That's why the synchronicities are always there. They're always there. Your angels, your orbs of energy from the source, the ones that you have been interacting with other lifetimes. We call them family, or people we know, or friends, or whatever, people we run into, bosses we may have had or we may have worked for, vice versa. Oh, you'll play the father, you'll play the son, I'll play the mother, you'll play the daughter. It didn't work that way. Let's try to work it out this way. I was abandoned, or I felt abandonment, or I felt insecurity, so maybe I made someone insecure, so now I got to feel what that's like. These are polarities. If you just realize, oh, that's interesting, that's insecure. Oh, I feel insecure. Oh, I feel like I don't even know. Oh, that's what that feels like. Oh, this is what it feels like to have a tear in my eye, to have a heart. This is what it feels like to create love, see? And you send that out all around the world. You can put it through the center of the earth and expand it back out like a heartbeat. Through the whole cosmos, all the galaxies, and the whole construct, that whole creation that you created. It's like a wake-up call, like, hey, don't count us out yet. Yeah, we came to Earth because we're warriors. That's why some races look at us like royalty. I know the ego of that, but yeah, I want to go back to that for a second. They really do. They look upon that like, wow. I mean, you have no idea. You are going to a planet that has hurt and bombs and wars. You don't know. And then you get caught. See, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that you get caught here. That's why there's 8 billion now. See, that video mentioned 6.5. I just thought I mentioned that. And also 6.5 on the one that I put up. That's from that video. I don't want to get sidetracked, but it's 8 now, billion people. You know, it's a lot. Yeah, I just have to keep going. But what do you believe? See, so many teachings. You know, my sensei and the way he believed, and I respect that. Like, I respect it 100%. It's like I didn't judge back then when, you know, he was praying. I even sort of looked away because I thought it was like, wow, that's personal. You know, he's, you know, putting a rug down and he's praying. You know, you just shine a light. You know, it's like, oh, if you don't do this, but if they're looking at you like that, see, then they'll see that when they pass away, and they'll want to make up for that. See, that's how that works. Are you following me? Hello? Did you follow that? Reverse it then, until you see it in your spirit. Reverse that part. I can't keep on that. They just come in and out. There's so much to cover, because there's so much life on this planet. There's so many beings in this universe, and the government has so much technology. I mean, and we're being played left and right. Yes, we can get upset. There's so many things. So you just shine a light out. It just all comes down to the people you interact with. See, they're in pain. They're going to come at you with their pain. And you're just shining that light out. It's just softening their pain, and it's melting it away. It's like a miracle. It's like power coming out of your eyes, and light is just covering their whole being with your heart and love. And it reaches all around them and swirls, and they're in a ball of light, protected from any darkness. See, that's what you have the power to create. You're an unlimited power being. And the ego can just open its hand and just ride on that. Right now you're in your body and you can accept that, see? And you can soar. You can soar. Let yourself go in your spirit. And in the love that you have in your heart. And you just know it's love is on the other side. Unconditional. But you have a responsibility for yourself to live out your life. Live it out. Just shine a light. Just say, you don't even know. I'll screw it up again or whatever. I'll remember. See, I'll just remember. See, once is good enough for the other side. Once is good enough. That's how it felt. That's good enough. See, now you get it. See, now you get it. Okay, I mean, the anxiety. You want to talk about that? You want to talk about anxieties and stress factors, stressors, and pressure, you know, pressure. See, that we can go down and then it can just get to us. See, we get older and then it could, you know, and we want certain things and, you know, in our bodies, we're in this polarities. See, we're alive. See, we're navigating and we just want to know the truth. Just tell me the truth. Please, like, just tell me the truth. You know, yes, this is my last channeling. You know, the ego, yes, I'm aware of all of that. And you can say, oh, he's ego now, he's ego. He's egotistical, the whole thing, and judge it and just miss the whole boat. Maybe. So I don't want to lock you down further. Oh, well, this is so crazy. You know, see, everything is a movie. This whole thing is a movie. You're in a movie. You're in my movie. Don't get so serious. Okay? It's 11:41 right now. I just looked. My phone locked. It's still recording. Okay. It is 11:41. Should I screenshot it to prove it? That was weird. See, okay. I'm not going to see, I'm just reporting the time. I'm not going to screenshot it. I don't want to do that anymore. It's like, yeah. And sometimes I say, well, okay, I'll just do it because, you know, I can put it in the movie. It's fine. I'll just screenshot it. I mean, I almost treat the miracle as like, okay, here's another one. Like there's another synchronicity. Thanks. You know, and then I'm doing that. I'm sarcastic. Oh, I should be more spiritual. That's a good one we say to ourselves. We always say that to ourselves. Oh, I should be more spiritual. See, you already are. You already are, you already are, you already are. You already are. See, that's one thing you can take, right? You can take that to the bank. Well, how do you know? How can you prove it? Well, you'll know when the condition changes. So that's when we pass away. Then you'll know. See, as long as you know it's been planted in your subconscious, that could have shaved off. Hey, if that even shaves off like 1 or 2 lifetimes, that's pretty good. Like just having something like that implanted. Like, see, once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Like your subconscious recorded it. See, the sun photons unlock it. It hits the air, the water comes out of your shower. It's unlocking all that negative programming. The worship gene is being unlocked. That's being set aside. You're a creator. You're respecting, you shine light. You know, all the great leaders, you know, would never have you bow down and kiss their feet. Never. They'd look at you in the eye and they'd hold your hand and say, brother, sister, I love you. See, that's the other side. See, we're in a side to navigate that, to understand. See, once we understand that and we just know how it works, like the metaphysics, the causation, why, once we know the metaphysics, the blueprint, forgiveness, like that, no matter what, we see beauty, we reflect beauty, we wish beauty upon the earth, safety and love, see, and creation from that eyes. That's what we wish. See, we all save me, run to the garden, you know, I can't wait. Remember, try to create something that helps this side too. See, have we thought of that? You can create something that helps. You've been in it. You have lived this earth. You have been every race already, every gender right now. You don't have any judgments. That's how you know. If you have a judgment, then you know, okay, well, I haven't been that race, I guess, or that gender. See, that's how you know. Another key just thrown out of me. See, I'll listen to that back and I'll say, wow, yes, that's a key. Yes. Yeah. If I have any hate towards something, then I haven't fully transitioned that understanding. See, I'm still in school. What have I learned? What have I learned? I learned that I'm every race and every gender. That's what I've learned. And I'm not judging that. Because I've been it. I'm judging myself then. See, we send ourselves back. See, you're in a paradox, in a paradigm of belief that you can't believe. You don't know what to believe. Start simple. Start simple. Please start simple. I know the sun rises. If the planet hasn't blown up, see. If the sun hasn't supernovaed, the sun comes up in the morning. Preciousness. The one I'm with, I'm just more present. See, that's what counts. See, if the ETs had a message, love more. See love, project love, reflect love. That's it. I know technology and this and that. Yeah, medical devices, sure. But yeah, project love. See, all that would come if love is projected. We would not want to see someone else suffer. You have a device, yes, you're cured. I know it. Oh, but then we have all these doctors, and what do they do for jobs? They're making, $200,000, $300,000 a year. Now there's not as need as many because we have these medical devices that heal everybody. See, are you going to change all that and disrupt that? But that exists. See, what they don't want to tell you is your mind can do that. Your mind can heal. Just like Jesus touched. The power came out and you were healed. Get up and you can walk, right? That kind of power. You say, that kind of, and then the ego wants to get in there and say, why am I not healed? See, the greatest puzzle of all, the faith, the knowing the sun is coming up, that you breathe, that you interact, that if you do something hateful, there's a consequence. There's a negative polarity to your soul. Do you understand? There's a negative polarity, and that's okay. That's part of being human. We accept it, just like our ego. Our ego now is our hand open. We love ourselves completely. We love ourselves completely. Like that. I know I got a little dramatical. We love ourselves completely. And that's so difficult. You mean this and this and this and this want and that desire and all of this and all these things and these thoughts of whatever? Yeah, that's all you. Special you. Mixed in, genetically, altered over 60 times for a higher ascension level to figure out that you're in the greatest school ever, Earth. And it's time to realize that you're a creator. It's time to realize you're here for the emotions. You're already a spiritual being. Already. You cannot get any more spiritual. Jesus would not lay his hand up on you and say, become more spiritual. It just wouldn't happen. So yeah, Jesus wouldn't do it. He wouldn't raise his hand because you're already spiritual. You're just like him. You're just like Buddha. You're just like Allah. You're just like Muhammad. You're just like your wife. You're just like your husband. Just like your partner. You're just like your friend. You're just like your boss. You're just like your employee. So you're all connected. See, it's all about, you're here just a brief time physically. How much can you get done? I know in the physical, I got to build, I got to work, I got to, mortgage and rents or whatever, right? But spiritually, are you building a creation? You're a creator. When your eyes have tears, you'll know it. Oh, you're brainwashing me to thinking that I'm a creator. That's a good one. That's like, the devil swallowed you up. There's nothing worse than a backsliding Christian, There's certain phrases that want to hook you back in and guilt and shame you, to deny your true power as a being that you are. Eternal. You're an eternal being. If there's anything that you could walk away with, other than your tears in your eyes as your currency, is knowing that you're an eternal being. That has to be one of the four, right? Your tears, that's a huge currency. Some people never cry, or they never cry, maybe once. Maybe they do it more often, privately. It's okay. Maybe your eyes just tear up and nobody really knows. You have glasses on, they're just teared up, and you're just walking in the light. You're just like walking in this blessed aura of energy, of truth, of love. You don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want to judge anybody. You're just projecting love and peace. It's like that. I know I say it with a little pungency. See, I have to cut through the ego a little bit. Well, the ego is driving that in me, but I'm trying to get through your ego. See, my ego is strong. It's always there. It's always there. It's a fist. It's slightly open. My hand is now fully open. My ego is this like salt and pepper, Look at it like that. You're sharing I'm in my body. I'm sharing it synergistically. I'm in my body. When I sleep, I leave my body. When I pass away, I leave my body. I'm out. The ego is no longer necessary. There's just certain spiritual laws I'm giving you. Those are keys also. They're truths. Take what you want and you leave the rest. This is just a story, a movie. You go see all kinds based on a true story. Oh, you're at the edge of your seat now. The movie just said, I just read it, right? Based on a true story. I'm going to go see that. Right? Well, guess what you've been doing in my channel? With my channeling. It's based on a true story. Okay? You're a creator. Invite me to your creation. And the only way is to realize that you're a creator. I mean, you can't create if you don't know that. Oh, but then I'm claiming I'm God. That's a good one. Okay, watch 3 magic words, then you'll understand. Watch The Key, watch The Way Home. Watch the video after that, which is on the way to the 3 magic words, because I explain it in there. It's like 6 or 8 minutes. And then you go to the movie. Then you'll understand. See? But don't forget to watch The Ego. The Ego's Last Stand, see? See, that'll really rip into you. That'll kind of humble pie you. It gets you to see. It's like becoming conscious of perception. Right? That's the good one too. Those 2 are excellent. That'll wake you up. Yeah, I'm waking you up to your human being. I'm saying you have an ego. We all have an ego. We're playing our character roles. We're playing our roles. We're playing well. Okay, I'm just all over the place. All over the place. I mean, this is going to be a 2-hour one. This is a big one. I think I'm just going to have it. No pictures. I'm too tired to... I'm not going to do 2 hours of pictures. But I'll have a dark background. I think that's good. That way, if you had to look at a TV set, it's... it's a little better. I think it's a little better. So as my last channeling, I'll still see synchronicities. Who knows? I'll pause another movie and I'll see, 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. And, I don't want to make light of that, which I just did. Like, I'm just trying to say that I'm not living for that. And I'm not going to report anymore. I just reported enough. Oh. Okay, my phone rang, so I had to answer that. And I'm still recording. I have no idea where I was, but I'm ending. That's what I'm doing. I'm ending. It's always doing that. But it's not going the way I want it to go. I mean, we want the Hollywood quick version, all wrapped up in 1 hour show from start to finish. My channel's a movie. I took you through a movie. Remember, you go to see movies, horrific type of things that you watch, and then I say a few things that sound crazy, and right away I'm just judged, or not. And it's okay if I was judged. It's okay. It's like, oh, somebody judge. Of course, I'd probably judge it too. If I was 10 years ago, I might say, what? Some of that might make sense, but it sounds like you don't have any respect over here, or it's like, we get this thing in our head because I might have a tone in my voice, and I don't mean to do that. So if there's a negative knee-jerk response, then that's something inside of ourselves. That's I'm letting you in, and you're if I'm angry, I'm letting them control me. It's all about the mirror reflection. See, once we know we walk in teardrops and our eyes are crystallized, see, but it's hard to remember that. I mean, I forget it all the time, like the soap in the shower. I mean, it's just, if I go through the day and just remember I have crystallized eyes right now, I mean, that's great. If I can remember that, it's hard to remember that, so that's why I talk about it. So I could just try to, maybe I remember a little more, so that's what I want to end with myself. It's just I'm perfectly imperfect, and it's okay that, life's not going the exact way, the exact moments that I want, but I know that I've surrendered to the energy sources around me completely. Just guide me through it, right? Just get me through the funnel. Just get me to the end, the way it's supposed to go, the best route, of my dreams, that I see. And I have visions of how I like things to go. And I hold on to that because we need hope, but that's still in there. And, we get caught with our minds and the word power and God. And that's why, we're a spark off the source. See, we're, the drop in the ocean. And there's things that talk about that. If you go through the whole channel, you'll hear little, things that other people talk. I just put that in there because I thought that helped me. So I put stuff in there that shaped me, unlocked my mind. I'm only here for less than 100 years, let's get realistic. I mean, okay, so I made it to 102, yay. You made it 2 more years in a decaying body, that's great. I like the Star Trek, one where you just, energize and, painless, wouldn't that be nice? And everything, and everybody's happy. Just get it over with already, just get rid of the misery of this, the misery of the earth, the negativity, the people that want to do us harm and scam and all the rest, take advantage and manipulate feelings and whatever, so I'm tired of it, and it comes out through everything, all the social media, just everything. Oh, what are you going to be, a recluse and just disconnect? Yeah. Can you handle my phone too? Here, handle everything. Just take care of me. Yeah, shower me off. Roll me around. I'm tired, man. It's like, just take care of it all. Yeah, you want to go over here? Yeah, just take me. That's fine. Yeah, bring my, make sure I have a water bottle with me so I can, hydrate. You say, oh, we're going now, Daryl. Good. Here, roll here. Sit in the chair. Here, we'll push you over here. And people say, oh, you should do things for yourself. Pull yourself up and just do everything, Yeah. Well, when you reach a certain age, you're like, that's not bad being taken care of. I don't mind. I'm just saying, I don't mind. That's all. See, that's what I just say, I don't mind that. If I could give that, great. Oh, that's beautiful. I wish that upon my wife, to be taken care of like that, a princess, just constantly fussed over, and she doesn't have to worry about anything, phone or passwords or, wouldn't that be beautiful? To just sit and not have to worry about that and go out like that in life. Not have to worry about like anything. Nothing. Like just someone's feeding you, someone's taking care of you, there's people around you. That's beautiful. That's a reward beyond belief. That's a blessing beyond belief. Because it's like there's a lot of worry, right? Like what's going to happen to us. But if you're in a situation like you're not even worried about that, and your greatest worry would be like, oh, I'm just worried about you, I'm just worried about you because, you're taking care of me and I might be a burden or something, you probably be like that a little, but maybe just be a light, I just shining light at you, thank you. I'm just shining light through this whole block, all these homes around. I'm just like a ball of sun, at 90 years old. See, if I'm like that, I want to realize that. See, like, oh God, what a blessing. You mean I don't even have to worry about my phone, and someone will just hand me a phone and I can just talk to someone, and then someone will take it out of my phone when I'm done? You mean I've gotten that lazy? Yes. I would take that. I would sign up for that in a second, right now. Just take care of everything, man. Just do it for me. See, that's what the other side's like, though. I'm getting some giggles, but the spirits understand the pain, too. They feel that, too. See, the other side's like this. I told you, this is the bad copy. Everything is enhanced on the other side. Now, you want to talk about hysteria? Hysteria is when you do something crazy and then you die and then you take that remorse and regret and then you got to fix it. See, you'll send yourself back. If you think, oh, I'll be easy on myself if I'm the judge. See, that's just, what is that? That's the ego getting in there, remember when we act ignorant and foolish? Oh, then you can say, well, you're doing that now. So deflect. If we went down that route, that's a deflection. No. I'm in a gamma state. Okay, it's beta, alpha, delta, theta, gamma, right? You're awake in the beta. The alpha, physical and mentally relaxed. The alpha, delta, deep sleep, loss of bodily awareness. Theta, is reduced consciousness, deep meditation, dreams, light sleep, REM sleep. Gamma, heightened perception. 30 hertz and above, brainwaves. Okay. Okay, I get, channeling, I get, I think that's why, because I had the anxiety, with the PTSD. So it's like, yeah, let's just download a dump truck on Daryl. Because, see, this would shatter most minds. See, mine was sort of shattered, but I could function. So I'm writing on fragments, okay? I'm channeling on these fragments of PTSD. You're in my mind, you're in the movie. See, there's movies, and I'm taking you in a movie. Why can't I ever finish this movie? Well, guess what? It's finished, because it's almost 2 hours. So, am I going to leave that stupid commercial in where I thought, should I leave all my mistakes in and edit out? Listen back and, take this out. Should I just leave it? Like, I pretty much leave everything the way it is. I don't care. The defects, the perfection is not right. It doesn't matter. And, everything is lost on the site. Everything. See, if you walk around like that, knowing that, that's a little disturbing. Like, I want to be taken care of. I don't want everything lost, I don't want an earthquake or a fire or, right? Bomb or, right? Missile. I just want to live in my house, peacefully. Thank you. And I just say good morning and thank you to people that I meet. I simplify it. you know, read the room, read people. Maybe I turn my shields up a little bit, and I'm more quiet. I know. Oh, if you could believe that, right? I'm a motor mouth. I know. Well, I'm getting it out here. See, it comes in fast. So I do talk fast. Pressured speech, the anxiety, the depression, the PTSD. Yes, 17 years of reliving. Reliving and reliving. Okay, so I'm taking you in there with the okays and the quickness and the snappiness of it, the crocodile type, snappers that's going on with PTSD and the fragmentation, that my mental illness. Oh, Daryl, uncle, I didn't know. Yeah, there's suffering that goes on that, we don't need to be a bleeding heart to just, But obviously if someone were to live directly with me, they would see, that, I get impatient or, But I battle the polarities, okay? I'm channeling within it. That's why this is my last round. I said I don't want to come back anymore. That's what I said. See, that's a tough one. And there'll be a lot of people, there'll even be people that say, oh, you can't do it. And I think I even have someone that says that on my channel, intentionally, that says that. It is. It's very difficult to say, yeah, this is my last one. I've been every race, every gender, and I don't want to come back anymore, and I'm a creator. And you make it through. And you believe it. See, oh, he's really crazy now. That's not according to all these books. He's mocked this, he's mocked that. I haven't mocked anything. I shine a light towards my baptism. If I wasn't, it's okay. If I take a shower right now and I never was, it's fine. That's enough. See, it's enough. You're already spiritual. See, that's not going to get you any more spiritual. The ego's going to charge off it. It's true. You unlock your DNA with the water. It's true. It hits your body. The negativity, that's what it's affecting. Your karma. Your spirit, your soul. You send yourself back. See, spiritual teachers and guides like Muhammad and Allah and Jesus and Buddha and all these spiritual teachers, Eckhart Tolle, Sadhguru. You could go on with other teachers like that. Everybody's a teacher. Everybody. You are a teacher. You're a teacher. Okay, that's what we know. You're a teacher. So when will I get off the stage? I'm 2 hours and 2 minutes. I just looked. I'm going to end this. This is a long one. The average person would never listen to this unless probably like, oh, here's Daryl's last words. I'm not advertising this. And like, if I knew I was sort of going, like, here's an envelope. I hope I get to that, where I can have this backed up and you have a USB in an envelope. So if you got this far, then you made it. You started at Apollo 8 and you went in order, 1 through, you see the numbers, so you clicked in order. You have the drive. Maybe the drive is obsolete, and then you had to transfer it through a crystal, and you just had a crystal cube. There was no USB entry point, but you had to transfer the data to that cube. I'm sure it'll have a USB port. So you're going to have these files, this long file, get a cup of tea, listen to a story of a lot of knows and me muddling through. Like, channelers are interesting. They can channel and answer questions, and I'm sure if I was channeling and somebody had a lot of questions, maybe I might have a perception. See, I'm unique. See, everybody's unique in their channeling, and they can offer something. See, never think someone's going to give you all the answers. Even if you go through all of my channel, you still revert, fight or flight, go back to what you know, or your own DNA programming, your core value of who you are, and the inside of the eye of the hurricane, and what you believe. See, it's always going to be that. That's why I just try to, loosen the bolt. Can our beliefs change? That's all. That's all I'm asking. You don't have to, believe what I believe. So it's, oh, I don't want to believe what you believe. You're a mess. That's funny. I'll see that back. Whoever you are, if you said that, I'll see that. I'll forgive you. See, then you'll see. You're like, okay, I got it. That's how fast it'll go. like it's not a big deal. I just took a drink, of water. So I don't drink enough water. That's what they say. Drink more water. That's true. I should drink more water. I should. See, we start to, then we need a regimen, a program, and then we have a regimen, and we do that spiritually to ourselves too. Remember, you're already spiritual. See, I say that to myself because I'll forget I'm a human being. See, it's a conundrum. We're talking about being a creator, living forever, and being able to create a realm, a universe, and suns shooting out of my hands, and I'm a light being, and all this, and yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the truth. Wake up. That's the truth. Wake up. You're in a dream. Wake up. You can wake up in the dream. It's like Neo in the Matrix. Remember, he woke up in the Matrix? It's just like that. It's just like that, except it's like this. It's just like that, but it's like this. See, it's this and that. It's always this and that. Anyway. See, it's just repetitive things. It's just like, I don't want to sign off. I just want to keep talking and talking. I want to make this a 3-hour one. I want to make someone go 3 hours, so if they miss that final 2 hours and 59 minutes, that would have cured their whole life. They just got to that last minute. See, if you think you're going to do anything for anybody, that's the funny part. See, I do this for myself, for my own entertainment in my mind. Okay, this like reverse psychology, humor. It's like having humor between like Einsteins. Yourself. You could be on any level, any frequency, with this humor. Because it's created from Earth. It's earthly humor. It's part of you when you go to the other side. The humanness of it. They call it the irony, and then you laugh, and the humor, and it's all perception, subjective, and humor. Some may laugh, some may not get the joke, and then we get on to the, is it over the edge humor, and we're talking about just regular, like you have joy. Okay. See, we always want to take things to the extreme. See, the only thing extreme on the other side is love and forgiveness. Those are the extremes. Okay? So that's what's on the other side. And so we try to take rules and regulations with us. See, just like when you pass away, maybe briefly, ND, near-death experience, NDE, and you come back, and, you had an attachment to whatever you believe. And you report that. And you believe it with all your heart even more. So it's sort of lock you down even more because now you're on this path. See, that's why it's good with the ego. See, it centers you back because you're in your body with the ego. You share your body with an ego, which affects the mind and how you, interact. You share. See, you use the ego as like salt and pepper. Say, I'm going to use you, ego. Just like I'm going to use my hand, right? To write or type, to hold a phone. So it's important to kind of see the ego that way. And you could just totally be in the ego, be all angry, be a fool, go home later on, or maybe a week later, or a year later, or a minute later. You think, oh, I did that. Oh, that's what it feels like. I shouldn't, I overreacted. God, it just, like that, right? We beat ourselves up. See, I do that. I just beat myself up. Live. I had the boxing gloves on again. I just wasn't perfect enough. I just didn't do it right. I should be doing it their way. They know. We gotta live in the society. We gotta jump on a side. And I know my side is the right side, right? Whatever side we think it's the right side, the correct side. Maybe I should say it that way. We think it's the correct side. And just, maybe, for that moment and that perception, that's kind of digging into the politics and religion a little bit, but about the sides, So we divide us and conquer us, There's things going on, polarities, negativities that affect us. That's why it's important to remember when you shower, in the wind, in the air, the air you breathe, is a stardust of the universe, just thoughts like that, and you're a creator of love. Just have that swirling in the background of in the foreground, and all around in your memory, in your mind. So it's already in your subconscious. It's too late. It's too late. It's already in there. I just shaved off a few lifetimes. I'm positive. So even if something else, like that's a couple I shaved because it's already deposited in there, So now you're able to select from that and apply. See, there's things going on that nobody even has an idea, like the blueprints. It's like, well, I don't know. It comes to me interactively, like I'm channeling, just like other channelers. Some people sit and like, now I'm gonna, right from the other side. I think I have, somebody on there that does that, right? Very methodical in the voice, and now channeling has ended, and then they channel again. In and out. I mean, you could see it. It's not a criticism, but I mean, if they came to me and said, look at my channeling, I would say, well, yeah, you're in and out, so that's what you're channeling. That's perfectly fine. But they might not know that. They say channeling ended, and it did end, but then it started again. Well, you just assume that, so you could see it start. It doesn't have to tell me that. It just started, and then it stops again, and so it's sort of like my channeling in a way, because I'm interacting now. I'm weaving back and forth. I'm in the tones of being human onto the other side with information from the other side. So, yeah, believe what you want. Being live forever. I'm already out 2 hours, 11 minutes. So am I going to leave the ad? I know I screwed up in here. I thought I paused it. I didn't. This is the last channeling. I'm babbling. It's not a good one. So I think I'm not going to post this. See, now I'm thinking, no, it's too long. I should edit the heck out of it and tighten this down to 10 minutes. Who cares? Has to be perfect. Everything has to align. Every synchronicity has to line up, or I'm not going to, And nothing matters, okay? Everything's lost on the side. The universe will pass through me. So if I could just come back to that, like when I get pissed off when I'm driving. Oh, that's what I'm angry right now, but I pull it back and I just realize, okay, let me try to realize something besides being angry. Like, because you're in the feeling, it's like riding a wave. Oh God, you just got, hearing the anger. Somebody cut me off, or a rock flew and hit my windshield, or, so somebody caused something and they drove away scot-free, and I paid the price. I don't know. These things can grab us from all kind of angles, see. But see, we're human, and we're going to fall into it, and we're going to be unconscious, see. 10% were conscious, and 90 were not. That's Freud. Okay, I changed it to 11% conscious, and 89 unconscious. That's Daryl. So I took Freud's and I made it. I added 1 more percent, to make more conscious. So I'm 1 more percent conscious, but it's enough to know that I don't have to come back again. And it's tough. I know I was talking about that. I should finish that. Yeah, but I know that you'll hear that. Yeah, it's tough to pile it all on, and it's tough to do it all in one lifetime. But if you do realize you're every race, see, and every gender, see, and you dodge politics and religion and you shine a light out, see, you're at the head of the class of creatorship school. You're moving energy. See, I do that. I visually pull the energy from the sun. Yeah, right through it. It doesn't matter. I can pull it through, bricks. Doesn't matter what. Roofs, walls. Photons are everywhere. They charge me, and I can go through the healing temple, which all the colors, through my heart and through my eyes, like that. And I shine through the heart around the whole earth for healing of love, kindness, and not lying and scamming and, the desperation that we're living. See. Oh, right away the sides. Forget all the sides right now. You're on the us, you're on the earth. 1,000 years from now, beings will actually want to come to earth. And so, wow, you could be a creator. It's a little easier now because the polarities are adjusted now to go through that type, because the price has been paid. See, you want to talk about prices being paid. See, 1,000 years from now, it's not, oh, you're going to earth. It's not like today, oh, you're going to earth. Here's my light. Good luck. Get trapped again and again and again, and not realize our true potential, because we are already that potential. We're already a light being. See, we forget that all the time. We're already spiritual. See, I have to keep saying it because you keep denying it. You keep denying. That's the programming. See, we have to hold on. See, it can shatter our mind. That's why a person like me with PTSD can talk about it. Because it can't shatter me anymore. I'm already shattered. I'm shattered. All my belief systems were shattered. All of them. All of them. Whatever it was. See, whatever I went through, I don't regret anything. Nothing. No regrets. Even the the crap that happened. I just, forgive me. Okay, right. You're invited to my creation. Okay. Good. I don't have to come back. See, I'm doing things I don't have to come back, man. There's a lot of, I can tell, like stuff will float up, like something, 10 years old or whatever, it could be anything. It could be, 16 years old, 18, 20, 25. It could just be anything that floats up from the subconscious, see? It's like, oh, that floated up. That's interesting. I'm going to take care of that. Oh, I'm human. I did that. You're invited to my creation. Forgive me. Please forgive me. And I go through that, back and forth. Let's ping pong it back. The forgiveness, yes. I don't want to treat it lightly. It's serious. It's serious. Forgiveness is at the top, man. And the tears in your eyes. See, that's the forgiveness in the heart. That's all connected. That creates like centrifugal force, spiritually, for yourself. See, I say this to myself because I say, what if, see, I'll forget stuff and, I don't want to, I have to remember this. And I'll take myself through my movie. Like, oh, maybe I'll listen to this. Maybe I'll listen to that. Then it doesn't matter anymore. What matters is right now. Like right now. Like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, or I should do this, I should do, all these things that pull us, all these directions. See, if we let the universe pass through us, just say, guide me, right? Just forget it. I surrender, man. I throw in the towel. I give my life. They say, oh, I turn my life and my will over, and then we get dramatical. So to your higher self, because it's your higher self you're screwing yourself is what you're doing. You're sending yourself back. So never forget that. Never forget that. See, you could take that. Oh, I don't believe that. I believe in the merciful God. And then we have this concept, and that's fine. Believe in the merciful God. That's fine. Good. You didn't break any car windows. That's great. I'm happy for your life that you led, because that's positive. See, I look at that as shining a light. I'm not going to have a judgment towards that. Try to convince you. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep touching what you touch. Keep opening what you open. Keep closing what you close. See, it's an awareness. Like, I'm an eternal being already. Yeah, you could call it a little preaching, a little preachy. I'm doing that to myself. I'm preaching to my own choir. No, they like it. The beings around feel. They feel. They have empathy and compassion and love. It's unconditional love. They'll take on roles that are so difficult to help us. See, that's why we shine light back at them. I enhance them, their ascension levels. They're all invited to, my creation and your creation. See, if you don't believe you're a creator, it's okay. It's fine. What, you mean just me, the way my attitude is? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you cry, your attitude is not like that. It's not. I keep saying that's your currency. See, if you want to do spiritual work, this is free. When your eyes cry, that's where you do your work on the other side, which helps you on this side. So anything you do, it's a reflection. You'll see everything from everybody else's eyes that you've done, good and bad, negative or positive, however you want to say it. The energy. You're a soul, you're a being, you're unlimited. I told you, some beings look at us as a royalty because they know coming here, come on, let's face it. Oh, you're going to Earth. You mean the planet that has wars and bombs and poverty and, and the power trips and the television and the distortions and the whole thing and the pollution? They don't even have free energy there and medical device. Are you saying that you want me to go there? You go there because that's a creatorship school. You know that. You just know it. It's created. Not a lot of people are talking about that, but now that message is coming through. And guess what? You have heard it. So when you pass away one day, see, you've already heard that. Now you know. See, that already carries a power. There's nothing you can do about it. It's already happened for you. It's too late. You already have the magic. You already have it. Okay, I gotta end this. All right. It's time, time to hit probably the depression will come back, and I'll probably watch something. I have a headache. 2 hours and 20 minutes. I have a headache. Channeling is it's draining. It's not easy. It's not easy. And I don't even know if I'm going to post this. Part 1, 20 minutes. Part 2, the other 20. And then I could go, look how many parts I could have. 5, 10, 11 parts if I go 20 minutes, because it's 2 hours and 20 minutes. Should I leave all my flaws and imperfections so I didn't, delete anything? I thought I paused. I have a commercial in there, and who knows what I said. I'll cut this out, and then you'll know I never said it, see? So that's what's happening. Things are being bombarded in your eyes and your ears, and truths are being pulled out and stretched and wrapped around and tied, and altered perceptions. You can see them if you want to see them, but the problem is it's the sides. So if you're lost in the sides, you're lost in the river, and basically it's losing ourselves, and then we have to forgive ourselves again. So it's an ongoing process, basically. It's like, I should just say that every 10 seconds. Oh, please forgive me, Daryl. Okay, I forgive you. Another 10 seconds go by, right? And you just keep repeating it, like a robot. No, you live life. You're human. You make mistakes. So you know all that. So you're a human being. Like, I just made a mistake. But some people will act, oh my God, you made a mistake. This is the end of the world. You spilled this. And yeah, we can react that way because we know that takes more energy. So our mind is quick. We say, that's going to now I got to clean that. Now I have to fix that, right? And that's going to cause more pressure, and I'm already maxed out. See, I'm giving you a psychological framework of my mind on that particular stress level. Did you follow it? Okay, I'm not going to mess around the subconscious anymore. Forget it. That was it. So you didn't even know it. I just did that to myself. But see, I shared it. See, everything's connected. Everything's a tapestry. That's why if you know your every race, like I know that. Every gender, I know that. I know that I'm every religion. I know that. I know I'm every political side. I know that. See? That's why I say dodge, if you dodge those two bullets, because they just hook into you and you're just lost, in the wave. It's hard to get out of that current. There's people throwing lifelines, but it's difficult. It's difficult. The hate they build up. Oh yeah, if you're hating, they got you. I don't care what side. Yeah, sure, one side's hating more and violent more, and that's obvious. Oh, don't say it. I don't have to say it. You already know it. And if you don't know it, then what? You're an idiot? Should I say that? Do you even know what I'm talking about? It's okay. Talk about political sides. What difference does it make at this point? These sides. See, you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Maybe I'll upload this in 20-minute segments. Do I have the energy to do that? Or just one shot? Screw it. Just dark background. Forget it. I'm signing off in the most unprofessional way. Forever. And I didn't leave any more keys. I'm sorry. Sorry, there's no more keys. There's no more babbling. There's no more 911s. There's no more 1111s, and I'm going to post. Maybe I'll have 1 hour, 11 minutes, 11 seconds, 11 milliseconds. I'll have 4 of those in a row with semicolons. Then I'll finally understand the keys of the universe, the zeros and the ones. The ones and the zeros, the 1001. The speedometer, everything, like electricity. It just, time portals. time jumping, the other side, the dream that we're in. Live it out. The karmatic waves. You're a spiritual being that lives forever. Feelings, drag time, forgiveness, move energy, create a realm. What? What? Does any of that make sense? Is it so far off in my movie that I got you so turned around and so worried that you're shaking right now? Is that, no, come on, yeah, okay. You're relaxed, come on. Am I in your head that much? I mean, have I scared you? I mean, come on. Look, what's going out there in the movies that we watch, this is nothing. This is healing. Every bong noise you hear is a healing sound. It's magical. It's like a 1213, like a 911. So the ego, wow, that can really just, because we're in the ego. Oh, my body hurts. I'm tired. I have to rest. I have to eat. I have to breathe. I have to function. I have to survive. And now I have to be spiritual. Oh, I'm already spiritual. That's right. I forgot. See, I'm already spiritual in this body. It's unfair that I age and decay. Okay, great. Well, I'm not going to have that in my creation. Okay. There's no decay. So if anyone's curious on my creation that I created, okay. All right. Okay. So as long as the mind and ego control the direction of creating, there will always be problems in the outer world, for the ego thinks only of itself and lives in duality. But when the heart is in control, everything comes back to balance, for the heart feels and knows only the oneness of life. Okay, that's how it ends. It's the heart. That's how it ends. The heart, the eyes, your eternal being. I love you. It's okay. I forgive myself, for my human imperfections, my failures. People are hurt, forgive me. Like that. I'm sorry. I've had enough. And I don't want any more negativity coming at me or the family, like that, right? I just want to be in that frequency of love. And let my spirit guides and angels and guardians, the spirit sources of energy, of orbs, of light, of love, just surround me and take care of it. It's simple like that. White light shooting out from the center of your heart, out through the whole universe. You just shifted it from your creation, from Earth. That doesn't happen on singular race planets. See, the polarities, the rubber band effect, it can happen on this planet. You're in the greatest school ever. That's one thing I'll never forget. I know that for a fact. Earth is a creator school. You're a creator. After you come through Earth and graduate, when you graduate, that's right, I'm graduating. That's right, because I'm never coming back. That's right. And I'm taking care of everything that I can take care of, whatever it is. If I have to go out a certain way, I just go out that way. That's the way I go. I'm not going to fight it. That's it. It's okay. In other words, it's okay. It was meant to be that way. It's just meant, you can't change. I can't change when my mother went. I can't change when my grandfather, you can't change those things. They're already done. Oh, but people go back in time. Well, I'm here right now in this time. I'm not that, I come into this density. Sure, I was a light being and I can go to any time. That's right. You can go to any time. Any time, any construct, and morph into any being, any race, any civilization. And then you come to Earth, the final one. And people think this is a prison planet. Yeah, you're right. You get trapped. That's why they call it, because of the karma, the negativity. You want to fix it. You send yourself back. You want to graduate. You keep sending yourself back because you want to be a creator. You can't create if you keep not recognizing that process. If you don't recognize the blueprint, how are you gonna escape? So now you've seen the blueprint. You've seen it. Now you know the truth. That you're a being that lives forever and you'll never die. And you took a body to experience feelings and emotions, to be a creator. That's why you came to Earth, but you got stuck. And you got stuck because of the negativities. It could be small things. It doesn't have to, people think, oh, killing. That also, of course, yes, of course. But it could be small things. Bumping into somebody, stepping on their foot self-righteously, or saying something self-righteously, or who knows what else. Who knows what else? It could be anything. Could involve anything. All the topics of today, from living and dying, all those topics of being born and not born, all those topics. See, we're all those things, and we took this most dense density. It's almost like sadistic. Like if I had to evaluate this, I'd say, the magicians on the other side, I mean, come on, quit screwing me over like this. I've had it. It's painful enough. I'm tired of these polarities, Yeah, I'm going to make this a long one. 2 hours and 30 minutes, incredible channeling. Yes, because these things take a hold. We have no idea. Once you're aware of all this and you watch TV and you watch movies and you watch how people act, they're all unconscious and they're bombarding your mind. You see, we can't even handle that awakeness. ETs can handle that. I talked about that. Like if you've had a bad day and you walk in a room, they're so heightened, they're level. And you just say hello, but your bad day, affected that hello. Even though you're saying it nicely, they hear it louder. They hear it from you as hello. Like, even though you're saying hello, but you're disguising your bad day, in traffic, you're all pissed off. But you just come through the door and you just, because you know how to fake it. So you just say hello. You go to your desk or wherever. But they hear it differently. See, so that's what it's like. See, our minds are wiped here. We're creatures of habit. The reason I keep saying the same things over and over and over, well, first of all, I need to hear it, but then the PTSD does perpetuate it. But that's the way the fragments come in, for emphasis also, for emphasis. So you want to be free in your karma? Okay, what do you have to lose, right? Which would you rather hold on to, love or hate? Let's just pick one. Let's just get it over with. Okay, I pick love. Okay, good. I'm glad you picked that because I picked it. But some people don't know. And maybe hopefully my last act isn't like I'm angry and then I got hit by a car, right? I'm cursing someone, shaking my finger at them. How dare you do that to me? Right? And then I get hit by a car. That's perfect. See? Could you imagine that? The spiritual walker light being gets hit by a car, I mean, the other side, they're probably laughing and say, dude, man, that's something, isn't it? You still didn't get it. Or did you get it? See, we judge ourselves. Remember that. We judge ourselves. We have guidance from masters and guides. We can get guidance. Guidance. Yes, guidance is available. Plenty. Masters, practitioners, spiritual practitioners, masters on the other side that help you. So I just want to remember that. Like if I had Alzheimer's, I can listen to this back for 3 hours and brainwash myself back to reality, because this is reality. The reality I live in, right? We go to the store, we pump gas, we're unconscious. We just want to make it through the day. Then we watch a few TV shows we like, We have to do wash and we have to eat and we have to survive and pay electricity or right? And phones and, please handle all of that. I talked about that. Oh, wouldn't that be lovely? Yeah, here's my phone too. You take that, take all the passwords and everything. I trust you. Here, handle it all. Screw me over or not, right? Take advantage, it's up to you. I'll forgive you, but you'll see it back, you'll see. See, it creates more power than ever. See, you have no idea what people will do on the other side for you. What they sacrifice to go through that. In other words, the pain levels. See, if like who wants to be in an iron lung, right? You've heard of that story, the iron lung, right? Oh, you mean you have to be in the iron lung? Someone was already in it. We're all connected. See, once you know you're everything and everything, you look at it through a compassion, with the reflection of light, then you're everything already. You're already there. There's nothing else to reach for. Now go ahead and go to the store. Now wait in line. You're already spiritual, wait in line. Oh, I'm going to talk about everything I know and act like see, that's the ego now. It doesn't matter. It's like, shh, right? Just read the room. Read the line. Should I let someone go ahead of me? Maybe. Maybe I'll let somebody go ahead. Go ahead. Now they took a long time. Oh, I regret that. That's what that's like. I feel regret for doing a kind deed. Oh, what's that saying? No good deed goes unpunished. Gee, that's a negative. Like, oh, I love that to death. No, I love that to life. Like that. See, I get excited in drama. Oh, well, you go to theater. I'm giving you a movie. I'm trying to give you drama, theater, reality, mystical. I'm trying to take you through tonal frequencies. I'm trying to wake your mind up because it's tightened down like a wrench. That's why I leave keys on my channel. See, go to the channel. If you made it this far, oh, bless you, all right? You made it 2 hours and 30. That's incredible. I've never done one. This is my last one I will ever do. This is it. This is it. So whatever I put on after this are past excerpts, and they'll have the date. It'll be before this date, 12/30/25. So that's today. And I started at 10 a.m. and now I don't know what time it is. I'm just, I'm looking at my spinner going around now. My eyes. Your eyes. The people that we're with. I mean, you don't have to sound crazy. You don't have to talk like this. It's okay. And I don't talk like this with people. Oh, sometimes I'll talk about something. Maybe I can wake. Sometimes you could light bulb somebody, like with deja vu. Just a little simple concept. Like, oh, you look at yourself and you connect, and there, you could see kind of the light bulb go on. They're like, whoa, I never thought of it that way. See, it's perceptions. See, this is the greatest school ever. We create everything from misery to blessings to bliss on this planet. You name it, we've done it. Everything. From movies, anything you can imagine. So you can create from that whole soup, and you take the positive love through your eyes and create from that, out of your hands. The will it, you will it out. Like that. Just like that. And we created something, J1, like that. Oh, that's probably pretty close. I gave you the word right there. That's what it's called. So if you picked it up or not, that's my friend right there. That's so weird. I'll have to listen to that back. Wow, that's interesting. So I have interesting things. I say, that's interesting, So I just want to make it, I don't want people to be in distress, right? Wouldn't that be great? Everybody taken care of. Oh, that'd be so great to know. And just knowing that, right? Like, you're totally taken care of. Everybody, everybody's taken care of, right? But who's taking care of the people that are being taken care of? Well, those are your guides, your spirits are taking care of you. You're not alone. See, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. When I left, I'm not alone. I'm still here. I'm not alone. When we dream, I had a bad dream, I was falling, or there's water and things like that. And there's things that sometimes they're trying to scare us because fear. And it's just processing the fear of the worlds are coming through that. And we're just processing through that familiarity. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I processed that fear. That's what that's like. So acknowledging it, I think, is a good thing. Like, I had this thing of water and searching, or, panicking, or whatever it was. I just, that's what it was to feel that way. So you're just going through a polarity shift. See, we want to read more into it. See, just all you have to know is you live forever. Your higher self is always for love. And there's no judgment on the other side. Unconditional love. Unconditional. And you'll hear other people talk like that too. Unconditional love, you were never born, you'll never die. You'll hear other people say that, but only a very few will talk about you're a creator. See, very few that you can create, that you're here, an internal being. We're all creators. You say, you mean that person? Yeah, and look how they're creating misery, and they're breaking windows and stealing. Yeah, they're creating all that negativity. Yeah, Yep, they came here, they rolled the dice, and there you go. See, they have to build up from that. So you send yourself back. How would you create, right, love and heart when you're doing all that? No, there's no empathy, there's no compassion. You're breaking things, you're hurting people, So we have to realize that. Even with our words carry power and meaning. They carry meaning and power. It's always this and that. So we can say something and hurt somebody's feelings and shock them. Like, why shock? If it's going to shock them, why say it? That's just the ego. Oh, because I know this or know that, and you should do this, and you should believe this way, and you know, this is ridiculous when I hear you say that. No, we just shine a light and just, oh, you have to think that way, because if we don't acknowledge it in some way, then they judge us, see, then we get a reflection back, and so we sort of avoid that. We do a little dance. Now we're dancing, and we're doing things subconscious now. You know, and that's okay. Do a little dance, a little move, that's fine. You be your character, that's okay. You're playing a role anyway, that's fine, you do it well. You know, just like when you're by yourself, you do it well. You know, are you self-pleasuring? Are you looking at that as a problem now? You know, self-pleasure. Is that a problem? Do you think the other side has a problem with that? What do you think the answer is? You know, see, when your eyes cry, you'll know. So that's how you know answers to things like that. I don't have to tell you anything. You tell yourself. You send yourself back. You find the answer like that through your eyes when they tear up. That's the answer to the school. That's the core. I mentioned that. The heart, the sun, the photons, the wind, everything. Everything's charged and lit. The frequency's so high, spinning out. It's like there's not a lot of time. You know, we think time is just time is so different on the other side. It's so weird. I'm not going to get into that. I'm getting up to 3 hours. I mean, 2 hours and 40 minutes, 41, whatever, you know. I'm not going to get into temporal time, because that's forget it. So, what the only thing that counts is, like, if the ETs had a message, they'd be like, hey man, exactly, just, you're all of that. That's we're to ascend higher. See, they'll jump in a human body. The ETs, the Greys, the Nordics, whatever, all the ETs out there, the insectoid, the reptilians, you name it. Look, there's a hand that went up and says, you know what? I'll come to Earth and be a creatorship school. I know it's tough, but I'll go. You know, they know. And then their mind's wiped, and this is what happens. Yeah. So it's hard to figure that out, like, you know, the lives and knowing, like, you know, like when you're born and when you die and the soul's your orb and life happens and timelines and, you know, and things can be, and our minds cannot really grasp and defaults, because we're animals, sort of, right? We're in a body, in an animal body. You know, I say an animal. Yeah, we were animals, right? We're supposedly we have ape in us, right? We have that DNA with the other DNA of the other beings out there. We have everything, man. Other beings' DNA. That's why I like canine tooth, stuff like that. You know, rip flesh apart, things. You know, there's so many different things going on in the knowledge. Wouldn't that be nice to have an ET channel? Just channeling Earth. You just turn a channel, you know, whatever, right? Channel 11. You know, on channel 11 or 111 or 1111, you can get this spiritual words. We call it spiritual because it's more of wisdom there. You'll just get the truth from another being's perspective that's been monitoring our planet in like 100K. So no more lies. Here's the pyramids. Here's what happened. Here's this. Here's that. Here's the Bermuda Triangle. Here's Atlantis time machine. You know, Project Looking Glass. All these things. You know the subways under this. You know, the bases that we have in the United States. You know, base to base, going Mach 2, magnetically over the tracks. you know, military secret. Oops. Sorry, I let that one out. Oops, sorry. Sorry, oh, that popped out. How did I know that? You know, that we drill with lasers, 7 miles in a day. In a day, you can go 7 miles in a day. 7 miles using a laser that solidifies the rock in a huge tunnel formation. And there's no dirt to haul out whatsoever. None. It's incredible what we do and build. And we have no idea what's going on in the technologies, and we could get lost in all of that. Is this true? Is this not? Are these ETs, and this ET, and there's a bad ETs, and then abductions, and then we can go on in dimensional, just everything you can think of, everything you could possibly, every shift in polarity. This planet is the smorgasbord, man. You might as well face it, you're on a tough world, okay? At least you could admit that. Okay, I'm alive on a tough world, and the sun comes up. Hey, we agree. We actually agree on everything. Okay. So that's how it works. You got to have a little humor, to get through the day. See, even by yourself, just, you giggle at life a little bit. We get so serious and wrapped up into everything, and we get tight, and we just get this anger, and we get this frustration. See, so you can hear it in my voice build up with the PTSD. But see, I'm aware of it. Believe me, I'm aware of every tonation you're aware of. I'm aware. I am aware of it. I see myself doing it. See, I know I'm playing a character. I'm pressured speech. I need to breathe. I understand that. Like, and then, right? Yeah, because it comes in. I told you the download is incredible. And they took advantage of my PTSD, the other side. How dare they, right? How dare the other side, we're manipulated 69 times. See, we can really get into stuff, Oh, no, I was created out of the dirt, the rib, and, you're full of crap, and you're the devil. And this is how it is. And don't question anything. And then they get upset and angry and slam the book down, and that's fine. It's okay. It's okay. See, I can say, I forgive you. It's okay. It's okay. Go in love. You go your way, I'll go my way. We rip up the contract. We don't have to see, so it's fine. See, we settle things like that as we go. If we realize our actions, we're not perfect, I mean, why, hurt someone, like, oh, I want to just, say this and this and this, and like, why bother? Just do it in your mind, mentally. See, it's all telepathy. Try it. See, try that first. Like, so I'm just saying this to myself. Like when people irritate me in traffic, wherever, friends, your significant other, you might have an irritation, a little dinky one, it could come up. So it's just being aware, like, oh, that's just, look at their giggle. See, it's everything's so meaningless when we think that we can just catalog everything here, because everything is lost. Everything. You're lost here. You're lost here. Now I'm scared. Oh, that's what it feels like to be scared. See, you just said that's what it feels like to be scared, higher self. That's the feeling. See, I'm still feeling it, so that's what it feels like. So make sure you get the feeling right, because here's what it feels like. See, I'm still giving it to my higher self, see? So I'm giving you a technique. So when that happens, you can navigate through it and separate yourself like an eye of a hurricane, and you stepped away. The dog carried it off. The bird, you put it on the bird and it flew away. The feeling now, feeling caught up. See, the mind changed, but the feeling lagged, it dragged, and now the feeling caught up, see, to the mind. And now it's complete. Now we can move on. So that's separation. See, I just gave another psychological, into the subconscious. I'm diving in there a little bit with myself. See, I'm shaking hands. See, did you follow that? See, so that's what it's like to do a 3-hour. I have to eat. I have to go eat. I have to eat. I have to survive, and I don't have time to put this on the channel. I mean, 3 hours, come on. This is ridiculous. If this gets on, I don't know if I'm posting anything else, but if this does get on, then this is it. And anything I post would be just past stuff that was recorded already. Like I did a video that I don't know if I can get maybe a little piece of that, maybe. And I did audios, a couple audios. I have like 2 or 3 audios. Well, more than that, maybe like 8 if I count. Some of those could have like a minute or 2, or 3 or 4, like that, out of an hour, so I just post the long babbling one here as my end. So this is the end of the channel. So if you've gone through the whole channel, then you went through the movie of my mind. The whole thing, the miracles with the ones, the doubting, getting all angry. Can you imagine that? See, if you listen to, you'll know what I'm talking about. I was angry. First of all, 17 years PTSD, then I started seeing ones, just ones, and then I said, oh, thank you. There was good, like, blessing, yeah, a prayer, or, whatever, right? I just know it's good, right? It's like, oh, universe is like saying hi, or, kind of like that, entered in a little like that. It's an awakening code, conscious. This universe, like, reaching out and grabbing you. Any synchronicity, 12, 12, 10, 10, 911, whatever you look at, everything's a synchronicity, but you'll like wake up to something, or something will just happen. And you'll know it's a synchronicity you don't deny. Like that's one that's like out of place, right? Like 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. When I pause, like I just roll over, and hit the pause and bang. I mean, that's like, what? That's the same thing with the ones. I was angry, the PTSD, 17 years, I'm getting to it, and then I'll finish the story. I started it, so I just was aggravated about 8 months or whatever it was. And I started the washer, hour and 38 minutes. Dark in the laundry room, shut the doors, dark in the house, go through a room. I'm just watching TV in another room. And then I'm angry. I'm just angry, not, just life or whatever, just not at the ones. I mean, but I was like, okay, if I'm seeing all these ones, it was more like that, more like that. There's a little arrogance in there, of course, and the ego. I was all jazzed up. I was irritated. I was angry, and if this is true, then I'm gonna get up. I'm negotiating this on the couch. Then I'm gonna get up. And when I get up, and then I'm gonna see 1, 1, 1, and I get up like that, just like that. I didn't know what time. And then I open it up, and there's 1, 1, 1. And you'll see with the music and the videos, and I took out the phone. I had an older phone, and and the light. I don't know. The light was still off, and I'm just taking pictures. And I hear, but right away it's like, now you get it, like that. Like when I walk in there, I see 1, 1, and then the phone, because I just take out this is great, perfect song. I take out the phone, and there you go. This is great. Yeah, my heart still skips a beat. I like this one. This is good. Yeah, I have a couple things. It's just 2 minutes, This is good. But yeah, so the miracles, right? It's time to end. This is it. I've talked almost, it's not going to be 3 hours. So I'm going to end with this. This is on my channel. Yeah. It's called My Heart Still Skips a Beat. Singing a song plus guitar. Oh. And there's 3 views 3 weeks ago. 1, 1, 1, 1, S. 3 views. I don't know. Although I listened to this a few times. I guess if I listen to it, the views don't change. So I don't affect the views, I guess. I don't know. So I'll see you later. I'm still on this side. So I'm still on this side. But who knows? One day, I'll be on the other side. One day. It could be 20 years from now, 30 years from now. You never know. Who knows? So you're loved. It may sound crazy. It's just a movie. It's polarities. Now you can enjoy the ride of love through your eyes. Now you know the truth. Now you know the truth. Sing it, Kate. See you later.